So I don't know if we're gonna make it to Kvatch tonight. Skingrad is first on our list. Oh, that's right, there's the skeletons. The skeleton tumbleweed. The skeletal tumbleweed. We saw last time, at the end of the stream last time, where they were like melted into each other in such a way where I question if that was what was intended, because yeah, they were stuck on this rock, on this pike. Oh, that's a plant. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, am I harvesting the skulls? The skulls of thine enemies? Pretty dope, honestly. Yeah, a lot of skeleton pieces here on the outside of this dungeon. This dungeon was pretty interesting. The goblin cave that we just emerged from, we looted many things from them, including two, not just one, but two goblin staves, which is pretty cool. Some of which might actually be legit useful to us. So Skingrad's gonna be this way. Obviously, there is a fork, a delicious fork in the road. I am curious about what could this be over here. It's a graveyard. I was about to say it looks like a garden from the outset. The graveyard down here and a bunch of skeletal stuff up there. Seeing a common thread here. Can't seem to investigate or like read any of the gravestones. Huh. It's a little weird seeing just a random graveyard kind of in the middle of nowhere. I guess we're still like on the outskirts of Skingrad, so I guess it's not that weird, but still. I wonder if there will be some quests that, or some kind of side quest that takes us out here. If there's something that will involve this little graveyard, just because it seems like a deliberate thing to place for seemingly no reason. So I actually am curious, what leads this way? Because I think this path, the one I'm walking away from, leads elsewhere. That leads to, oh no, that is the right way. Anvil go, oh, I get it. Anvil is that way. Which, yes, it does. But wouldn't that also take me through Skingrad? I guess that's the thing. Maybe they're saying, maybe, huh. Yeah, maybe like this leads nowhere? Like that goes somewhere else. Because yeah, that path should lead to all three of these things, Skingrad, Kvatch, and Anvil. So yeah, we don't know where this path leads. Well, alright, how's about this? I will allow myself to get distracted for once in this game. I will follow this path for a little bit, but I will do my darndest not to overdo it. Also, whenever I see these rock formations, I think, ooh, a cave could be here. So I should keep my eyes out. So there's some kind of castle-y thing. So yeah, so this, I guess all roads lead to Skingrad then. All right. Raise the audio on my end, so a bit quiet. There we go. I should be casting shield and buff fatigue every so often. Get them spellcasty ranks, raising it up. It's a farm with lots of maters. I don't have much room though for stealing all their tomatoes. Is it really? I think it's just a tomato farm. Just tomatoes. Some say variety is the spice of life. Others say tomatoes are the tomatoes of life. So I guess there's a moat. Would be a moat here. Now, wait a second. Is there like a... Is it closed off, I wonder? No, it's open. It's open. So there's probably multiple entrances then, really, is what it comes down to. There we go. Yep, like I said, trying to cast it every so often. Whenever I think to. Especially in a case like this where we're really not using a lot of mana. There seem to be a lot of bad guys around. Although, I say that, there allegedly are enemies nearby. I still know where they are. Hope we can get some shield spells that last a little bit longer. 30 seconds is not much in the grand scheme of things. There's a story behind this little fountain, little pond. There's a rat. A darn dirty rat. That might have been the one monster that was allegedly nearby. One thing that occurs to me is you can see on my little mini map, or my radar rather, compass, that's the word, compass, in the bottom left kind of center, bottom left center corner of the overlay. There's like apparently a cave to the northwest, and I don't see any caves on the map, so it makes me wonder if maybe the game kind of like indicates for me when there's allegedly cool things nearby. Also another Nern route, yes, still not sure what that's for. JD, what's up, buddy? Good evening to you as well, my friend, my fellow gentleman, gentle person. We're playing more Oblivion. We're edging ever closer. I'm the lord of edging closer. The edge lord of getting closer to Skingrad. However, I'm allowing myself to get distracted even further so we can fight this guy, but also so we can explore this other cave we just happened upon. Getting some new kinds of flora, which is kind of neat. Plants we'd not seen before. Motherwort we've seen before, but some of the other ones not so much. That is the wrong spell. There we go. Oh, by the way, JD, how was the rest of Sonic Adventure? I was kind of popping in and out after raiding last night. What is this? But I was glad to catch some of it. At least getting I didn't get the good. I missed the good Knuckles. Oh no, no. I'll say it the way I meant to say it just now. The good Knuckle. Oh no. But I at least was happy I got the boss battle, mini boss battle with Sonic. Yeah, because when you're playing as Knuckles, you're not going to hear the oh no. We have to supply it ourselves when we take damage as Knuckles. As Knuckle. Huh. The hero's fate is known when the hero's fame has grown. So I think that is to be taken literally. I think our fame is not high enough to activate this stone. Probably something similar over here. These remind me of the Cairn stones from Diablo 2. Alex, can you go more? Alex, go like more than 10 minutes without mentioning Diablo 2 or Morrowind challenge. Difficulty rating impossible. Do I seek its conjure weapon and armor? Sure. Oh, did it bind my shit? Bind my shit? That's pretty dope. Now, it doesn't last for a long time. We have like temporary Daedric shit. Oh, we got a scary face on our back. That's dope. Yeah, it's sick. So it gave us a... Dude, I want to fucking murder something. Holy shit, give me something to kill. You give me a badass Daedric Claymore. Or, you know, I don't know how long. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Give me something to murder, please. Holy moly. So yeah, no mention of what these stones are, other than we can use this one at least. 2 stories, nice, man. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think was it Knuckles' story that you finished? I'm trying to remember what the second one was. Yeah, Daedric armor always looks so cool in the Elder Scrolls games. Now, it looks a little silly because we only have the armor, like the torso, the cuirass, and the weapon, and the sword that is. Our hat and the head that's inside of it don't quite match. But overall, this looks pretty sick. Yeah, Daedric armor looks so fucking metal. And this is like bound Daedric armor that will not last for very long. Like I said, I think just a few minutes. But it's a few minutes of glory. It's just like in that and the lyrics to that one Flight of the Conchord song. Well, you know what they say, baby. 2 minutes in heaven is better than only 1 minute in heaven. Bleak Flats Cave. So, same energy, honestly. 2 minutes in Daedric armor heaven. Or however long it is. Need to oh! Is there something behind this door? Oh, maybe those might be plants. Yeah, those are plants billowing. Okay, so whatever this is, it needs a key. The Bleak Flats Cave. So I can't do shit here yet. I would be willing to bet there will indeed be side quests involving this strange, strange place. But now we know, now because I knew there was something going on there. Oh, and when you interesting, yeah, when you sheath your weapon, it cancels the enchantment. We steal the armor for a bit. And I'm hoping I can go back and activate that stone multiple times and not have it be just a one-off. So now, oh, what's this? Yet another distraction. I was about to say now we can actually go to the destination at hand. And I would have believed that had I not seen a torch or a campfire in the distance. I feel like a fool for sheathing my weapon. I didn't realize I was going to cancel the bindedness of our sword. However, a little buff from Mara. Who gave us a nice little shieldy. And some kind of fortification of some kind of of attribute. So that's all well and good, but yes, anyway. Now that we've received a blessing of peace and tranquility, let's go murder some shit. That we saw... Well, we at least saw signs of life. Near this, right here, yes. Found that we saw this sconce. And that clearly means that... that there's something here, and it's probably something that needs to be killed. It's a bandit. You okay, buddy? Are you a vampire? He's Morning Glory. No, that's the plant. I don't think you're a vampire. No, just a bandit. Bandito. Or bandita, rather. Plain ass word axe, yeah. That sconce made me think. Well, it's called the Cursed Mine, too. That's a little bit ominous sounding. Let's pour one out for the lady we just killed. And by pour one out, I kind of mean that literally. Oop, just because our inventory is getting full. Cursed Mine, you say? I mean, that sounds like there's gonna be some undead shenanigans. But if it's a bandit cave, that means that they're part of the cursing, or they're like dealing with the cursing similar to how we will have to deal with it. So we'll either find that they're summoning things, or that they're trying to deal with things. Which is to say, we're gonna find bandit corpses along with skeleton bad boys and bad girls. Here's an unfortunate thought. So, skeleton bad boys and bad girls. I just kind of said that out loud without really thinking about it. Do you think there exists a video game where... Because I know the answer as far as, like, actual human anatomy. Oh, hello. Okay, maybe she doesn't like where this joke is going, where this bit is going.
like a cow.
You think that? Oh wow, she hurts.
Yeah.
She hurts a lot. God damn.
Now you will know.
And has a lot of health. I might not be able to win this fight actually.
Why won't you die?
I was gonna ask you the same thing, lady. No, I think we are gonna win this fight. She's getting winded. Yeah, I could tell. She was getting winded. I could tell that, like, she was flinching more as we were hitting her. Now, we also were getting winded. Our stamina was quite down. But, yeah, that was satisfying that, like, we could feel when we had the upper hand. Anyway, sorry, I keep kind of losing track here. Do you think there exists a video game or, like, an attempted kind of video game universe? Oh my god, he shot me with an arrow and it over-encumbered me. Where, like, there are male and female skeletals, and the female skeletals of, like, skeleton boobs. Because it sounds so absurd, but I could see that being, like, an actual unironic thing. He's shooting the fuck out of me, and I need to heal. He's choosing not to engage, which honestly might be smart on his part. I could close the gap as opposed to trying to just fire at him. These guys are, like, surprisingly pretty tough though. Like, they're pretty hearty. Yeah, look how much HP this guy has. I don't think he's healing either. I think he's just a hearty boy. He's also shooting silver arrows, which are fairly valuable. I'm gonna hit him maybe 1 or 2 more times, then I'm gonna charge his ass. Yeah, look at all the arrows he's been firing. Or she? Did I hear it was a lady voice? It's a bow man, not a bow lady. Oh, he healed up. Oh shit, that's not good. He healed up indeed. He is really fast. These guys are, like, tough. He is uncomfortably fast. Good lord. He's gonna chase me out here. I'm gonna down a healing potion. This guy's rough. Hey, what's up, D-Man? Yeah, we're charging it. Yeah, charging his ass with a crime. The crime that he is alive. And that is not allowed.
Show me what you've got.
There we go. That guy was like hauling ass, man. Between this guy that we just fought and the lady with the hammer that charged us as well, there's some pretty high level bandits in here. But the person on the outside, I guess the scout was, or the outside guard was a pushover. So it's interesting that, yeah, they put the weakest person out front, which is wild to me. Yeah, he had silver arrows, which, I guess they're not actually that valuable. They're more valuable than iron arrows, but, you know, they're not that good. So I think I will not bother. But yeah, that was like fairly spicy. Lost a lot of health, so we'll get healed up slowly but surely. What's up, Elgaso? Good to see you, buddy. Some time to have us enter a bandit cave that's pretty like substantial. It's called the Cursed Mine, so it sounds cool and ominous as fuck. Yeah, this lady, this was like an interesting combat situation because she started out real strong. And she was like, she had this cool ass hammer, steel war hammer, and she was doing some pretty good damage. But I think her character got like winded early on because there came a point where we would parry her and she would like get staggered, and then we would hit her and she would get more staggered. So we were kind of able to combo on her ass. So there was like a point where you could visually see when the tide had turned, and that was kind of an interesting thing to see. Mr. Void, what's up, buddy? That character is hideous. Do you mean this character right here? This handsome man, this handsome purple man? Purple in many ways. Alex, do you mean his purple flesh sword? Yes, I mean his purple flesh sword. Yeah, that guy was pretty tough though, and I'm glad that we were the victor. We took the dub, as we say, but still, shit was not easy. Also, I should probably level. I've been sitting on a pocket level for a minute. Torch. Sad that I ruined the 69, by the way. No more 69 torches. I'm as broke up about it as you are, fam. The wide concave face. That is one of the many aspects about this lad that I'm happy with. His like, yeah, here, it's even more, excuse me, more pronounced if I remove his helmet temporarily. Oh, right, his helmet is not that one, it's this one. Actually, I should probably switch to this helmet because this is not providing any armor. Although I guess it still has the Fortify Magicka. But yeah, if I remove the helmet, the orange, glistening, shiny hair notwithstanding, yes, the face is concave, as if he took a softball to the fucking cranium as a 1-year-old or as a 6-month-old that like impacted the shape of his skull, quite literally, and the pronounced underbite and the mushed in nose, and it's so wide. From the side, it's not so bad. I would say from the side, he looks like with the big forehead. He looks like a prehistoric ancestor to modern day humans. He seems like this is the missing link from the Neanderthals to modern day humans. Oh, yeah, Void says, you can put the helmet back on now. Yeah, with the helmet on, it's weird, but not quite as bad. Without the helmet, it's like, whoa. Oh, God, I thought that was bad, but oh, doggy, I was not ready. Holy moly, yeah. Yeah, it do be that way. That means we did our job right. As gamers making ridiculous characters in Oblivion, that means we did good. Making a cursed lad. Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume this lad here is going to be a not nice person. I could get fancy and hit him with like hit him or her with the sneak attack, or get up close and do the touch spell damage. But I think I will go for the ranged option because the ranged option is the safer option. Looks like they already set off a trap though. A little bit sad that it didn't appear to damage her. Oh, there's a person. As always, I'm always a little bit nervous to like just fight anything I see in these caves, because what if there's a good guy in here? What if they have somebody prisoner? But if there's someone walking around with a sword and shield obviously brandished, oh god, I got both of them. Well, I'll be able to kill one of them with a person with a hammer. I wonder if you will get winded like the last person who tried to challenge me. Yeah, they don't hurt nearly as bad. Oh wow, that person was a chump. Holy shit. So yeah, the guard out front was a pushover, and these two were pushovers. But yeah, the two that we had fought earlier were the other two we fought earlier were much harder. Dragon's Dogma. I didn't see any videos, but I've heard people talking about Dragon's Dogma. My understanding is that the general consensus is that Capcom was like, yo dogs and dogettes, do you remember Dragon's Dogma? Yep. Anyway, moving on. Because there's a lot of people that are saying, maybe a sequel? Maybe a DLC? Expansion? Anything? And the Capcom's like, yeah, we made that game. Anyway, Monster Hunter, you know, anyway, other series. So I know there's a lot of Dragon's Dogma fans who are feeling a little bit let down. Because also there was the Summer Game Fest presentation by Capcom that apparently they had some neat things to show, but yeah, there was some disappointment. Oh, did they? Oh, they did announce a sequel. Okay. That is nice to hear then, yeah. Because I was hearing people saying they were bummed about about a lack of info. Maybe that was like during the middle of the presentation. Because yeah, I haven't like really checked social media a whole lot since. And probably the last I saw would have been a couple hours ago. expectations of Dragon's Dogma gotcha and some classy body pillows, yes. Now Elgas, or now I'm sorry, Void, there's a word for those body pillows. It's like a Japanese term. I don't know what it is, but the joke is Void, they're called insert word here, and there aren't. It's like the quote from that guy. I think it's like one dude in The Office. It's called hentai, and it's art. Did they announce it a little while ago? Yeah, like I was seeing like tweets and conversations from people saying that they were disappointed by a lack of like announcements for Dragon's Dogma. Maybe they announced it and there just hasn't been any news for it in a while, or news for the series in a while. So maybe I just misunderstood the whole situation. But yeah, I thought it meant that there was no news. It's a Daki. Thank you, Agasso. Yeah, the joke was already butchered, but I needed you to know where I was going for it. So that way, in an alternate universe where I knew what the word was, the joke would have been able to land. Also, what were these motherfuckers doing, mining a place literally called the Cursed Mine? If I'm in a place that has been officially titled the Cursed Mine, capital C, capital M, I'm not going to be mining more into that shit. That's just asking for trouble. Oh, they were just rumors. I gotcha. Yeah, so we've officially got word. Well, that is nice. Shoutouts to Dragon's Dogma fans. That has probably been a long time coming. So that's nice to hear, actually. More bad guys? Oh, yes. With a weapon openly brandished. This person will be dead before they can reach us. Yeah, same thing as earlier. Like, sometimes these dudes and dudettes are pushovers. Silver Warhammer. Wow, that's pretty spicy. Light iron shield. Ooh, man, that's actually not half bad. It's more armor than our current shield, but our current shield has other nice things about it. Alright, shit. Well, not that good, though. 7% is not that good. It's only one additional armor, though. They're like, it was, the chat was updating normally, like things were functioning as they were expected to, and it just suddenly died. So there was really no warning that time around, which is a little bit surprising. But anywho, so like I said, we did save when we first started this cave, and actually we saved, I think it must have auto-saved when we left earlier for some reason. It was either because we were in the midst of fighting the Arrow Lad. Is the Arrow Lad dead? Because the Arrow Lad would have seen us. Huh, his corpse is not here. The Arrow Lad would have seen us when we were fighting the lady with the hammer. And that's how he became aggro to us. So that's a little bit suspicious. Some kind of threat. Yeah, some kind of thing stuck. I think mine was critical process died. When I get blue screens as a Windows 10 user released it, I get one of two explanations. Either critical process died, or I can't remember what the message is, but it's like, basically it tried to access invalid memory, like invalid memory address attempt thing that caused a kerfuffle to occur. Like some kind of paging attempt, paging like index attempt that caused it to go awry. I mean, you know, as a software developer, you know, for those of us who are familiar with software and that kind of stuff, invalid indexes can definitely throw shit off. Oh, I can't get past this thing. In a general sense, but usually, you know, you have safeguards against it. Array out of bounds and such. Usually you have things to make that kind of occurrence less catastrophic. But yeah, if it's not handled correctly, it can cause shit to kind of spiral out of control. Found Greaves. Yeah, no idea where that arrow guy dude went. The archer. No idea where he went. Him or his corpse. Oh, of course he would move. Well, I was hoping that he would take damage by running into that spike trap.
Am I supposed to be impressed? Yeah.
I was gonna say I have one more. There we go. Yeah, I got his ass. With his steel mace. I bet he thinks he's so cool. And we did not appear to incur the wrath, or the aggro at least, of their other friend. As there were 2 NPCs there. There are no such threads with the arrow you get. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess it would depend on, like, what... If it tells you, like, what device drivers were getting messed up. Excuse me. Woo! Unpleasantly timed sneeze. I'm mid-combat. I got shit to do. There we go. I got people to murder. I do like blocking with weapons, because in the olden days of Morrowind, you couldn't block with two-handed weapons at all. That was kind of the trade-off. Obviously, a two-handed weapon doesn't block as well as a shield blocks. But still, it's nice having some parry options. I feel like the true benefit of blocking or parrying with a weapon or a shield, the defense is nice, like the less damage is nice. It seems like the real benefit, though, is the fact that it staggers your opponent when you successfully parry your block. So it doesn't tell you, like, what the device that was being weird is. Because, yeah, like, every device has some kind of driver. Well, I think. I guess I shouldn't speak with too much confidence, but I'm pretty sure just about every device on a computer has some kind of driver. So if it's talking about some kind of thread issue, then yeah, that tells me it's some kind of software behind a hardware device that is being weird. And sometimes the answer to fixing that kind of thing is ensuring that the device's drivers are up to date. But I mean, usually that kind of thing is maintained on its own, especially with Windows 10. Like, modern operating systems seem like they do a pretty good job of keeping things automatically up to date. I know with my graphics card drivers, for instance, I do have to manually update those, but my driver software tells me when it needs an update. So I just have to, you know, follow the prompts to get it all updated fine. It's easy peasy. So like, but like if my, like, what's an example? Like if my webcam, for instance, if my webcam needed updated drivers, well, I guess that's also handled for me actually through the Logitech software. My mouse, my keyboard, my webcam, they're all Logitech, so that's kind of handled for me with like the Logitech device manager thing. And I don't like have a third-party aftermarket sound card or anything like I used to. Yeah, so really, I guess maybe my capture card, although my capture card, they really wouldn't have updated drivers for that anytime soon, I wouldn't think. Seems like support for that is pretty much ceased. It seems like it's not really, they're not really making any more of this particular capture card that I'm using. I'm not using it right now, but the one that I use for like streaming console games, that kind of thing. I'm thinking I'll eventually need to replace it, most likely. All right, I was debating the shield. Yeah, I was debating this earlier. Like, what's better, an increase of 1 in defense, or 7% fire shield? But again, we're not even using the shield that I have. I have it equipped, but I don't think it really counts since I'm using a two-handed weapon. So like if I had to guess, I could check like my character stat sheet. But it'd say what my defense is, like my total, defense. And I guess it probably doesn't tell me that, does it? Oh, it does. There we go, 22. So yeah, right now, with my weapon out, it says I have 22 defense. Yeah, but does it really work that way? So like... Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Okay, no, I don't have my torch out simultaneously. What is going on? It's like my guy is scared of something. He's like, no, I don't. He's like, I don't want to look. He's looking at her corpse, I realize. But that's very funny the way his... It was such a sharp... Yeah, like the way his head's just buried in his shoulder. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Updates aren't happening. I mean, it depends. You'd be surprised. At least in some cases, there are manufacturers that do support at least driver updates for some things. Not all, obviously, but yeah, support for some things does last longer than some might think. I use my capture card as an example where it's like my capture card, it's kind of old. The reason I'm doubtful that I'll ever get driver updates for my capture card is that I think they just stopped making that capture card. In fact, I bet I've got, do I have a command for this? Capture card. Yeah, that's the one that I use. And I remember last I checked, yeah, they don't even have the page for it anymore. So if I were to just Google this, yeah, this phrase, SC512, that guy right there. Yeah, you can get it on, you can see it on eBay. You can find some used ones, but yeah, I think they just don't make them anymore. I think what it would come down to is that there's another capture card that uses a similar chipset that someone else makes. But yeah, I think the manufacturer that I bought this from doesn't make this anymore. So if I were to start having issues, or rather, when I start having issues with my capture card, it's only a matter of time. I'll probably just have to either try to DIY it somehow or just replace it, which is a shame because I love this capture card. And again, I'm not using it right now. This is just running from my computer, and I only have a single computer set up. But, yeah, the capture card that I do use for console games, I love it to death, and I love it's an internal card. Internal cards, in my experience, are much easier to use. Well, they're harder to install, but once they're installed, they're much more reliable. I've had very, very few issues with this one. But yeah, as operating systems progress, and as Windows 10, for instance, gets phased out, it's inevitably replaced by Windows 11. Golden lockpicks, by the way. You know, as these things just kind of progress, I mean, the incentive to keep things backwards compatible will you know, diminish over time. So there's an inevitability, as the way I see it. Over encumbered. That's fine. I've got some other potions that I'm dumping. Protect life. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drink it, actually. Why the hell not? Which is neat. I guess it would show up on your radar, but yeah, there's nothing nearby. So I just wanted to drink it just to be done with it. But anyway, look at all that. I'm gonna take a little power nap. There's enemies still nearby. Oh, never mind. No power naps at all. No nappage when there's baddies trouncing around somewhere. I know someone said if you like sprint full tilt into a spike trap like this, and if it like bounced back into you, you can just straight up take damage. Hi-ya. There we go. So it is still like, the trap is, you know, gone off already, but it is still an active physics spicy object. Alina, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Corey, what's up, bud? If you're your own worst enemy, can you ever really rest? Oh my god, same energy as Sonic can run faster than the speed of sound, but he can never like outrun the like voice of shame inside of his head. Or when you're faster than the speed of light, it means you're always in darkness. Same energy there. It's good to see you, Corey. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We're playing more Oblivion, and we're playing more of this happy lad with very normal proportions for his face. He's very happy. Look how excited he is. Yeah, that's just it. He's his own worst. He's our own worst enemy. Somehow. No matter how fast I run, I can never outrun the sins I've committed, says Sonic. Oh, high is the temperature? Yeah, I know. I don't know about D-Man, but I know here in Missouri, here in the Midwest, it has been pretty gross. Wood door. Hello, Wood door. It's nice to see you. I was gonna say she will probably see me. Now you are a dark elf, which means you don't give a shit about fire. You are very fast. I think he just healed. Ouch. Look how fast this person is. Good lord. Calm your ass down. Good lord, man. They keep staggering me to them. I'm guessing that means they're either very good at blades or I am very bad at armor. Or both. Yeah, that person was like so fast. They were doing very little damage, but they were so fast. Yeah, 80s and 90s. Yeah, I can tell you how much it is at this exact moment here in the Midwest. Well, here in St. Louis at least. It's 91 right now. It is... Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's not right. That's outdated. Okay, it's 89. So it's about 10 p.m. 9:50 p.m. So it's about 10 p.m. here in Central Time. And... yeah, it's in the early 90s, late 80s. So that's a fairly unpleasant and extreme example of how gross it is. How gross it's been. Yeah, I realize that probably most places in the continental United States are getting it pretty bad right now. And there's parts of Europe that are getting it bad. I remember, I think there's parts of Asia that are getting it really bad too, because I remember reading something a week or two ago that India was getting like 110 plus temperatures, and that it was causing really, really scary problems out there. Like, you know, they get hot summers, obviously, but like not quite that bad. So like that shit is, yeah, but to say it's been causing problems would be a grotesque understatement. But here, I mean, you know, we're doing okay. It's not, like I said, it's not great, but we're doing all right. We're hanging in there. Yeah, that's exactly it, Irasi. Yeah, good to see you, by the way, Irasi. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, if it'd be one thing if it was a dry heat. Dry heat is still unpleasant, obviously. But yeah, here in the Midwest, we get a lot of humidity. It's weird the way that works too, because like we don't have any oceans nearby, but because it's a large landmass, with a lot of rivers nearby, we get a lot of humidity in the summers in the Midwest of the continental United States. On the West Coast, oh, that's good, Corey. That sounds wonderful. Yeah, I remember. I think it was last year that Portland did have some. Like parts of Oregon and Portland did have some kind of bad heat waves. I don't know if it like how bad it was, but like a lot of places in like the the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest wouldn't really. A lot of places out there don't need central air most of the time in the summers because their summers are usually not too bad. But yeah, I think it was last year. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was last year where it was like they there were some gnarly heat waves that were causing problems for people, but I'm glad to hear it's been much more chill this time around. There's an axe person who wants to ask me a question. Sleep with a wet towel. Oh yeah, that's a good strat too. I know sometimes I would do that if I was sick, like if I had a fever, I would do the cold towel on my forehead. That was nice. So yeah, that's if you need something in a pinch to help with comfort, it's at least something to try. Jesus, 150. Okay, so that was last year where it was really scary. Yeah, I was wondering about that, Corey. I was like, I wonder how it is out there right now, because yeah, last year was bad. I hope this year it stays nice and reasonable at least. Because yeah, not a day above 80 yet. I'm jelly. Now, this person appears to be having a moment. I wonder, there's like a crack in the wall here. Yeah, I can push it. I can push it real good. Don't think I can, like, cast through that, can I? You can cast through it. I can be a sneaky bitch. I will be a sneaky bitch. I'm glad that they can't push these loose planks. So I can smack her, but she can smack me. She's draining my something. This is harder than it looks, man.
You move like a pregnant cat.
It's hard to know where the sweet spot is. Okay, there it is. Found the sweet spot. So there you go. Yeah, you push enough times and it crumbles. I guess I'm curious how that was supposed to go, though, because that person knew about us long before we could reach them or they could reach us. NPCs can open doors, but I guess they can't break down wooden planks like that. So that seems like that is often how that would go, is they would see you prematurely and be unable to deal with it. Europe is getting it bad? Yeah. Yeah, I know parts of Asia are getting it bad, and yeah, it wouldn't shock me if mainland Europe is also not feeling good right now. Crack that bad boy open. Bam. I'll take the gold. The arrows, not so much. Breakdown chambers. Breakdown chambers. That's where you go to have a, an emotional moment. Like, there's a guard out here who's like, oh, break time, or breakdown time, rather. I'll be back in 5 minutes. They go over here, go through the door. Oh, fuck. They come back out. All right, I feel better. I had my breakdown. I'm good now. They wipe the tears from their eyes. They wipe the sweat off their foreheads. Like, I feel better. I needed that. Ooh, man, so refreshing. Anyway, back to work. Back to the old grind, as they say. Honestly, 2020 in the year of our Lord 2022, I think we could all use a breakdown chamber from time to time too. Honestly, could do us some good to have an outlet, just to deal with the. Anyway, moving on. Every room is a breakdown chamber if you're brave enough. That's right, Mr. Void, Puzzle. It's good to see you, Puzzle. It's important that's right, for Sadge Maroon. If there was anybody who needed a breakdown chamber, it's Sadge motherfucking Maroon. Now, what we will do is we will take a power nap. Speaking of refreshing ourselves, take a little power nap as a treat so we can get a level snuggled in there. I don't know why I use the word snuggled as I'm passing multiple corpses. There's a bedroll, I think, down here. Yeah, we're glad to have you. It's always nice to have you, Puzzle. Dystopian future that we all secretly want. Well, we may not want the dystopian part of it, but the rest of it is like, well, I guess I'll take it. If it has to be this way, there's ways to make it less shitty. Intelligence, willpower, speed, baby. I know it's only a +2, +3. Wish it were higher, but we'll still take it. I like that willpower is starting to get caught up to intelligence, by the way. I think intelligence started much higher. Got that level in there, and look at that. We're already ready for our next level. Does Sadge Maroon have any other emotions, or is he only capable of Sadge? I think we know the answer to that question, JD. I think it's just different variations of sad. Like different, you know how there's chocolate, and then there's dark chocolate, and then there's milk chocolate, and then there's like 95% cocoa or cacao, and then there's spicy chocolate, and then there's like chocolate mint. So like, in the spectrum of chocolate flavors, there's all these sub flavors. I think Sadge Maroon experiences sub flavors of sadness. Corey knows that I'm a disgusting, smelly fanboy. Honestly, that could be the end of that sentence, actually, and it would be correct. But I'm an especially disgusting, smelly fanboy for Steven Wilson, the main guy behind Porcupine Tree. And in addition to being in Porcupine Tree, he has his own solo career that's been doing pretty well. And he writes a lot of music. He has a reputation for writing music that is sometimes a little bit sad. And I remember sharing something with Corey a little while ago. It was a screenshot of a text message someone else had sent to somebody else. And it was like, yeah, his lead guitarist goes through 43 presets in a single concert, and his response was, yeah, well, I go through 43 emotions in a single show of his, and they're all variations of sad. So that's how Sadge Maroon is. He goes through 43 emotions of sadness in a single bound. Ouch. Sometimes, oh, she silenced me, you motherfucker. She has a silencing weapon, or she poisoned it, maybe. That's very smart. It's like she knew that I'm a casty boy. Now, thankfully, doesn't have much longer. Oh, shoot her in the face, or in the back of the face. Ouch. I'm over encumbered. Uh-oh. Oh, it's because they shot me, I think, with arrows. Yep. I'm plucking them out just like a pincushion. Get him out of here. My silences wore off. I bet you feel like a fool now, motherfuckers.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
We have a lot of arrows, lady. I can do this all fucking day. Actually, no, I can't because I only have so much magic. And I just missed. That silence strat was unfortunately very effective. You might even call it super effective. Look at all those arrows, goddamn. Oh, dwarven arrow, damn, son. You got them dwarven arrows? Shit. So yeah, well, actually, hold on. Was it her weapon? She must have coated it with a poison. Sad, angry, sad, yeah, hungry, sad, yeah. Yeah, we talk about hangry, you never talk about sad. And then bittersweet. Wayne Tiny, yeah. I mean, the problem is I'm at capacity for my carrying, for my load, for my big loads. So, you know, any amount of arrow injections puts me at capacity. But yeah, the idea of like applying, I guess you could apply burden. Magically apply a burden to an arrow or something like that. I guess you could do it that way. Or yeah, just have each arrow be like 4 pounds. The problem is most adventurers, and probably even most people when they play this game, don't, you know, well, I mean, of course, I've explored like 4 bandit caves. So I guess that's my excuse for why I have so much crap on me, but most of the time people probably are a little bit more responsible about their big loads, if you catch my drift. Bow of Embers, oh, that's kind of cool. So yeah, because at one point we took some fire damage. I was wondering if it was from the arrows or from the bow. It was from the bow. So 8 pounds for 133. Nah, I don't think it's worth it. It's fairly heavy. If I was a bow user, an archer person, I'd be tempted. But I'm not. So I'm not. They're not a real gamer if you're not at 99% capacity. See, that's how I see it, Corey, but there are those who disagree. The good news is that, you know, as I'm grabbing these things that are somewhat heavy, or not heavy at all, but like, you know, there are some things here that I'm lugging around. It's a shame, like with this one, it's such a low value, because I think Rally could actually be quite useful to us. Burdening tots, like, yeah, that's not very helpful. Like, some of these are really just kind of so-so. Because at the end of the day, yeah, we have a lot of these kinds of things that are just kind of weighing us down. Like that's actually for a quest, so that's worthwhile. But like a lot of these, they're not very high value. Yeah, alacrity, willpower, yeah. So those things, like some of these are just easy to just get rid of, just because the weight to value ratio is unfavorable to other things we're getting. Yeah, it's the magic scroll that broke the camel's back. Yeah, get shot by an arrow. The damage is nothing, but it just causes my spine to snap like a twig with the load bearing. Wouldn't that be some shit? Maybe there could be like a mod for this game or for Morrowind where if you're like over encumbered by too much, you like physically take damage. So if you are at like 99.9% capacity and your strength is like 20 and you pick up a Daedric Warhammer, your character just auto dies because their fucking spine herniates in 1,000 places and they just explode. Good fucking lord. Yeah, no, I'd be sad too, man. That's how I'm thinking. We got journeyman alteration. Makes it kind of surprised we weren't already a journeyman. Journeymans. Because I think journeyman is 50. There we go. In fact, I'm curious. What is our journeyman's alteration? Yeah, 50. Okay. So we have that, and oh, mysticism is quite low. Man, that's a shame. I guess I took a gamble on mysticism. I thought I would use it more often. Absorb, reflect, dispel, move objects, sense life. Yeah, I don't do any of those things, honestly. I wonder if there's any mysticism spells that I do want. Alchemy would have been a hilarious meme. Illusion, I'm not surprised by, because I would never use that one. Yeah, I guess I don't really regret it too much, but yeah, it's a shame I don't really use it too often. I could always start though. I mean, if nothing else, I could do what I'm currently doing with, you know, conjuration and restoration. I don't actually need it that often, but I'm just casting the spells every so often to kind of artificially raise the scores to get them leveled up. So I could always do the same thing with, you know, detect life. I have a number of conjuration spells that I could just cast from time to time. So, anywho, we got options. Maybe he's crying tears of joy. Our friend here. That would probably confuse him. I think if I had to guess, this man only knows one kind of tear. One kind of tears. And they are for fears. He's great at funerals. Yes, he's a funeral clown. That could have been his class. We could have made him a funeral clown if there was enough characters. Boom, headshot. I think a trap just went off. So I saw like some boards fell down. Oh yeah, it is going off. But it is definitely not reaching whoever set it off. Whomst ever set it off. Dwarven battle axe, by the way, that's kind of cool. A lot of arrow peeps. You are very fast. Could you please stop dodging shit? Are you kidding me? Illusion does have some good stuff. I don't seem to have much with this kind of character where I would use it too often. It'd be kind of fun to like calm down these bad guys and then fuck them up. And then like calm them down again. Because I think calm creature would be illusion. Can I block arrows? Maybe. I like how you can kind of see what, like that was an instance right there of the kinds of things you see a lot in Dungeons and Dragons or other role-playing tabletop RPGs where I was out of magic, so I was like, okay, I could just wait and try to wait it out and get more charges back before I can fire more at him, or I could charge him because I could probably take him by surprise, and I did, and I was able to, and he had to like put his weapon down, draw his weapon. That was like, you know, about a standard round number of actions, and it gave me more time to slap at him a little bit. So it's kind of fun when that kind of stuff works out. Dwarven arrows in me. Thump, like a pincushion, just yanking him out. No, it's kind of fun seeing that kind of thing in action. Seeing how that kind of stuff works. But yeah, another light iron shield. Yeah, again, I guess it really comes down to if we're even using our shield. It's tricky because in like this screen right here, it says we have 14 armor. Oh right, I was I had removed my cured shield. Because we don't actually have it out right now. So I guess that's a question. Shields that are equipped, but not actually being used since it's a two-handed weapon. I question if we get the benefits. I mean, I guess if nothing else, we probably do get a fire shield. Yeah, we do get this from the cured shield. So I guess that is something that is nice. But not so sure about the defense though. My upper body would angle back. Now that'd be really cool too, Corey. Yeah, if our body like actually either lurched forward or lurched backwards as like a visual indicator for how heavy we were. That'd be really impressive. That'd be an awesome mod. It'd probably be very involved to implement, but I love the idea behind it though, bud. That sounded horrible after I mentioned the happy cry. Being a funeral clown, I think a happy cry funeral clown would be delightfully cursed. I think that's exactly what nobody wants, but we all need. Or the opposite. Nobody needs, but everyone wants. Waving a dagger around like that. Yeah, like some of these NPCs are really fast with their daggers. They sometimes don't do a lot of damage, but they look really impressive sometimes. Yeah, what weapon did he have? I think he had a dagger. Yeah, some of them have years of experience. Yeah, well, I guess the life of a bandit, the career of a bandit. Look at the career path of yeah, one of these kind of cave dweller dudes or dudettes. Presumably they'd have to, you know, prove their worth at some point. Wonder what it's like to apply for a position as a cave bandit. Like, hey, you want to join our cave banditry? Oh yeah, you gotta prove yourself. I don't know why he would have like a New York accent, but it's like you know how for those of us who are in IT or software development, you know, sometimes we have to do like technical proficiency tests or exercises to basically prove our worth. Because you know, I can say, oh, I'm proficient with these programming languages and with this style of programming or these styles of methodologies, but if I can't, like, you know, if I can't prove my worth in an actual programming setting, then you know, my words are cheap. So I wonder if they would have something similar, you know, like, hey, yeah, if you want to work for us, you gotta pass the gauntlet. The gauntlet of like letting my boys beat the shit out of you and seeing if you survive or something. I don't know. I'm robbing over here. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why this turned into like a New York mobster kind of thing, but it felt natural. Now, golly gee willikers, I wonder if there's gonna be a trap here somewhere. That guy right up there. Yoo-hoo, look at me. I'm being sneaky.
Hello?
Over here. Oops, my finger slipped. He just looked at me for a second. He was like, what? He's got a bow and arrow. Oh, is he gonna be a motherfucker? Okay, nope. But he went too far forward, sadly. Oh, he's a dark elf. Oh, he's summoned his ancestral homie.
Am I supposed to be in
I like that spell. Summon an ancestral homie. Ouch.
you to pieces?
The reason I'm casting Frost is because he is resistant to fire.
On my sword while you can!
So this is my best chance to, like, destructify him before this ghost reaches me. Because the ghost will despawn when he dies because he summoned the ghost. Summoned Froth, the ghost. For some reason, they're named Bugsy. All of them, every single one. Yeah, what's like this stereotypical, like, mobster name? I remember, do you guys remember, like, in Looney Tunes? There was the stereotypical duo of, like, ne'er-do-wells. You know, maybe they weren't villains, but they were up to no good. There'd be, like, the small schemester, and then the big dumb oaf. Like, the big guy would be Mimsy, or something like that. And the little guy would be like, alright, Mimsy, here's what we're gonna do. And Mimsy would be like, what are we gonna do, boss? Where did he go? I wanna go fight the bad guys. Where did he go? And he's like, Mimsy, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this over here. And he's always, like, kind of fast-talking. I always as a kid, I always found that kind of that pairing always interesting a big dummy who's like strong but like dumb as hell, and then a like a kind of the smaller, schemier boy. And then I read not the Grapes of Wrath, of Mice and Men, and I was like, oh, it's Lenny or Lenny, I think. Yeah, I don't remember the other guy's name, but yeah, I remember like as you're reading the book, it's like, I want to see the rabbits, and you're like, oh, that's where that came from. Okay. Yeah, Biggie and Smalley. That pretty much is what it comes down to, isn't it? I mean, I guess in all fairness, that might not have been the progenitor. Excuse me? Oh. That might not have been the progenitor of that stereotype. But that's what I associated as, so it's good enough for me. Think you were a dark elf? No, I don't think you were, actually. Would you sit your ass still? Goddamn. I say as I continue to bounce around myself. I guess we're both schmoving, aren't we? Hiya! She was not a dark elf. Now she's a dead. Leather gauntlets, leather boots, yeah. Again, dwarven arrows, I mean, that's nice. They do a lot of damage. But really I wouldn't really have much need to hang on to them, even to sell. Their value is nice, but not really worth. Boop. Boop. Yoink him out. Yoinks. Oh, I pulled a quiver of arrows out, apparently. They had somehow launched an entire quiver at me all at once, simultaneously. Not gonna question the signs of how that worked. That's right, yeah. Yeah, that was my thought too, Buzzwell. Like, I wasn't sure if that was exactly where it came from, per se, but like, that was the link that I made, at least, was that. I'm sure that was at least an influence. If you're crying of happiness, it's crappiness. JD, that you're a goddamn genius, by the way. Yeah, that's perfect. I generally enjoy yeah, I do too. I think it's a good book. Confession time. I've actually never read The Grapes of Wrath, and that's like the Steinbeck book, to my knowledge, at least. I read Of Mice and Men. I think I also read The Old Man and the Sea. I think that was Steinbeck. I think. But yeah, I recognize that The Grapes of Wrath, which is, I think has some overlap. Not like literally, but like has some similarities to Of Mice and Men. But yeah, I recognize that that's like kind of the quintessential Steinbeck classic novel. But it's kind of interesting, you know, you watch, again, like old school Looney Tunes, cartoons, that kind of stuff, or even just even more modern day fictional tales, and then you see something like that kind of maybe isn't a literal here's where this came from, but you can kind of trace the lineage or at least see the influence. Hemingway. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So in that case, I'm getting my novels mixed up. There's a bunch of classics I've never read though. What's like the quintessential Hemingway? Because I probably haven't read that one. Did a book report of it. Oh, so you know, it's like, okay, so so you like participated in like a book report, if it was like a group project or something. Yeah, it's one of the many classics that I've not read. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Alex, you're so smart and you're so cool, and I bet your ass is so plump and juicy with knowledge. But the honest answer to you viewers is that yes, I'm only mediocrely cool, and my ass, it's actually pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, my ass is actually pretty dope, but you know, I don't mean to brag. I wonder, let's see, where's the trap? Unless, oh, maybe the trap is that like these are like smack forward and spank my booty hole. Farewell to Arms or the, oh, okay, yeah, I've never read either of those. Mr. Dave, what's up, buddy? Dave knows what's up, that's right. Dave says, Alex, I got you covered, homie. All right, well, so jump over it for now. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe those fall down and then, okay, no, these aren't pressurized. I was thinking these would like smack me forward. Ooh, there's a person. I wonder if I could pull the old switcheroo on them. Now that person does not have any magics on them. or any weapons visibly on them. So I don't know if they are a villain, but they probably are. They're probably just a magic user person. I thought she was like still on fire somehow. She's going too fast though. Yeah, that's the problem. You're supposed to like stand by the entrance. Oh, that was kind of a cool maneuver. She retreated and threw a fireball at me. That was kind of sick. Look at that. That's some interesting AI actually. The fact that she had the, had the wherewithal to like get behind her skeleton friend. Because she knew the skeleton does better as like cannon fodder. She doesn't want to engage directly, which is honestly probably smart, TBH. I think she's trying to do fire resistance because she knows I'm doing some fire shenanigans. She's surprisingly fast. But not fast enough, motherfucker! Oh, it was your sister. Oh, okay. I gotcha, Puzzle. I gotcha. She was the hedge wizard, and she had nothing on her. Actually, chainmail boots might not be half bad. I think our current boots could do for a refresher. Well, they normally would have more things on them, so never mind. I'll keep my current boots. Chainmail, that's good to know that there's chainmail such things. What are those? Just trust the booty's winning. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for faith in my booty. Real homies believe in their friends' booties, alright? If that's not true friendship, I don't know what is. Touch of Fear. I think I might already have that spell, but I'll read this book regardless. Wherever it is. Probably this column. I'll read it. It's to demoralize. Everyone knows my booty has become bootylicious. Oh, or hobbits rather. In a generic sense, hobbits' booties get more bootylicious as they age. Correct. You don't ever see Bilbo's dumpy at the end of Return of the King, but we all know. We all know he's got that dump truck hidden behind those trousers. Show us the dump truck cut, Peter Jackson, you fucking coward. Holding the lit torch. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where surely it can be seen from a distance. You would think. Like, can I drop a lit torch or does it go out when I drop it? Okay, it goes out when you drop it, sadly. But yes, it is pretty ridiculous. As presumably this glowy effect can be seen from across the room, but nope, we're still sneaky. Cuts off the possessed hand. Oh my god, that's incredible, Void. I've actually never seen Confession Time. I've never seen Evil Dead. I know of it, and I know of, like, the campy, goofy shenanigans. That just Bruce Campbell... I mean, and I don't even know much about the character he's playing. I just know that Bruce Campbell more or less plays himself in those movies. And that he's just a wonderful human being. So it's like goofy, like, slappy goodness. Kind of slapstick zombie comedy. Action comedy. Anyway, I think that is it for this little area. What weapon did she have? Just an iron dagger. Yeah, so she didn't have anything good on her, sadly. I guess the stuff she was guarding was the goods. There's some money, the Touch of Fear spell, which was nice. There's an easy chest. Repair hammer. You know what? I'll use that now, actually. That is assuming that I have anything mundane that can be repaired. Yeah, I can't repair any of these things, so I'll repair the gauntlets that I'm wearing right now. We got everything repaired that we could, at least, on a single hammer, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, so that's the thing. We have all this magic gear, and we can't repair any of it ourselves because our armor skill is too low. So, as a result, we are essentially naked, except for our gloves. And that's it. Literally all of our armor is completely broken, so we are effectively unarmored right now. Which is kind of ridiculous. Oh, that rat corpse got fucked up. So yeah, we need to get to an armorer, so, like a proper armor, so they can repair our shit. No wonder we were taking so much damage earlier, because yeah, our armor is effectively just not working right now. Yeah, I'm impressed that we were... I'm also grateful that, like, despite having no functional armor, our light armor skill is still increasing as we're, you know, fighting and just over time. Also, we have one more area to check out. Get that restoration up, baby. Yes, sir. It did not autosave, so I will manually save. That's a dark elf right there.
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Fighting's easy.
Damn it, I wanted to hear the conversation, dude. Now, this person somehow has no idea. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, they healed up. What a cheater. Using heals the way that was intended. So yeah, you are a dark elf, so you don't give a shit about fire. So I'll have to get close for melee at some point. Unless I can whittle them down with a little bit of frost damage, but it really is just a little... Yikes! Oh! Ouch. Oh wow, she like fully staggered me with that hit. Like I could not move for a full second after. A plain ass steel dagger, yeah. It was either like a critical hit or something, or what, or just it hit the right sweet spot, because I was like, oh man, I am stun locked. This one. No, this one. Okay. I do like when the arrows kind of stick into the wall like that. Obviously, these cave walls, there'd be nothing to stick into, but for wooden surfaces, that's kind of a nice touch. It's a path that way. So this is actually quite a more elaborate bandit cave than I was expecting. We killed the hedge wizard, or hedge mage. And I don't actually know what the word hedge before a title like that, like what that signifies. Maybe she's a hedge fund manager. And also dabbles as a mage on the sides. They just kind of combined her titles. Something very normal and expected for a fantasy role-playing game. But otherwise, it makes me wonder if she was... I was thinking she was like the leader of the camp. The leader of the bunch. We know her well. So in this case, maybe there's something deeper and danker still. Kind of like in the goblin cave where the shaman was deeply hidden inside the caves. We had to fight a lot of goblins to get to him. If we could have fought him sooner, it would have turned the gobbies into much more docile dudes and dudettes much sooner. Probably at least one more person. You just gonna chill? Oh. Yeah, they're not sure. Do I really want to engage? I don't know. He's got a lot of firebolt spells. Wow! Let's jump. Damn it. Interesting that, yeah, it didn't hit her, but oh, that one did her. Hit her though. So if it just lands nearby, that's enough to kind of notify them. Makes sense, because yeah, if a firebolt glances by me, I too will take notice. They burdened me for a little bit. I think Dispel might help for that, actually. Dispel these nuts. Dispel other. Oh, do I not have a Dispel myself? Major Dispel. Minor Dispel. Maybe that's enough, actually. We'll try the major one then. We'll just, you know, have to wait a second. Yeah, that one firebolt hit, she was like, whoa! She was just as surprised as I was. Maybe you can't Dispel Burden. I guess I don't know what Dispel does. I thought it, you know, removes effects, but maybe it's like too high level. Regardless, it's going away pretty soon. I guess you could cast Feather. Guess that would do it too. Dispel would probably be awful if there were archers nearby. Because if it's a melee person, they're gonna stay in melee range. But if it's an archer or a spellcaster, then it's gonna be a problem. I hope we do get a legit fireball spell at some point, because right now we have like Frostbolt, Firebolt. There's no explosion radius. But at least in Morrowind, you could get like explosion radius spells where, if like in that particular case earlier, I missed a direct hit, but if there's a radius to it, you can still get some splash damage. An entire loaf of bread. Oh my god, that's incredible, JD. Yeah, that is some good Elder Scrolls-esque like food consumption. You break into someone's house, eat 14 wheels of cheese to restore your fatigue, and then you jump on their table and knock everything over, and then they like walk up to you while you're mid on top of their table, and they're like, have you talked to any elves lately? And then they just leave. Look at this. Here's why these are bandits, why they're villains, because they're in cahoots with mud crabs. See that right there? There was a mud crab. They were aggressive to us, but the mud crabs were probably not aggressive to the bandits. So, what's worse? Satan worshippers, like Daedra worshippers, or mud crab cohabitators? I think we know the answer to that question. I'm gonna throw him in the pit. To the pit with you. Woo! Thump. Apologies to any mud crabs in the audience, by the way. I don't actually mean it. Usually. Mostly. Pirates could be sea bandits. Ooh. Maybe these are land pirates then. Yeah, maybe there's like a taxonomy to bandits and pirates that I've never considered. I like this chest that is surrounded by mushrooms. There's 11 gold in it. I was hoping it would have something weird. Like this. That's weird. Horse armor plans, excuse me? Now, we already have the DLC. We have all the DLC, because this is the Game of the Year edition. We already have the DLC. We already know about the horse armor at the stables. Horse armor note. We already got this. We got this at the beginning of the game. So this is old news. DLC horse armor, etc., etc. But horse armor plans. I'm a set of plans. Go to the Chestnut Handy stables. The fuck? Why are you a book? You have no icon. You were apparently a book, a one-page book. Well, there's 2 pages, but there's 2 spaces in between and set. I guess I gotta go to the Chestnut Handy stables then, clearly. My marching orders are clear. So that's what this bandit cave was guarding. That's what that mage lady was guarding. I'm a set of horse armor, smiley face. That's either a relic of... It's either like an artifact or a relic of something that the developers were testing with for the horse armor DLC, or maybe in order to get the horse armor DLC, or in order to get the horse armor, Oh, very good. Yeah, just sink through the floor. It's fine. Maybe in order to get an actual set of horse armor, you need to find plans for it first. I just thought it'd be something a little bit more, I don't know, official looking and feeling, and not, you know, taped together like this one is. This feels very, very, improvised. Like the devs were at the 11th hour, they were like, oh shit, we need some kind of MacGuffin that they can find. Here, we'll just make a little book that they can find in dungeons sometimes and call it a day. Add that to the loot tables and be done with it. Alright, this one. I just actually noticed these things are quite heavy and really not that valuable. Actually, hold on. Instead of just dumping it, I think I actually will make potions with it. Because earlier I was holding off, but then I realized it's 2 pounds. That's quite heavy and not worth hanging on to. So oh, except there's no potions to be made with that one. That's a shame. How about this guy? With garlic to damage agility, fortify personality, and then damage health. You got it, fam. That's where we came from. So the horse plans were the only really interesting thing in this last little section. I had my hopes up, man. I was like, oh shit, we found like a little hidden compartment area. Surely there's gonna be some cool shit here. Okay, there's one last little area to explore, I think back here? Unless it's underneath. Oh, no, that's right. We came from here. So this, okay, so there is more. So there's still hope. Some cool gamer shit lurking. What could that possibly entail? Another large open room. Ooh. This looks fittingly ominous.
Time to deliver a pizza.
Jesus. Street Halo, that legit scared me. I was not ready to have a pizza ball delivered to me. Because I'm like, I'm happening upon this strange open room. There's all these scary NPCs in here. I was not ready, Street Halo. It's good to see you, by the way. Thank you for scaring the shit right on out of my booty hole. I kind of deserved it. I kind of had it coming. I'm just gonna start casting firebolts at least, and let come what may. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for joining in. We're playing some more Oblivion. Bandit ringleader. Okay, well, I have a sneaking suspicion the person we saw earlier was not the leader that we thought that they were. That's very fast. Wish I was fast like you. Yeah, block skill increase. Fuck you. Haha, got his ass. Ringleader, more like deader. You nailed it, Street Hill. That was incredible. Yeah, I was thinking like I wasn't sure if it was intentional, but you fucking got that shit like a gamer. That was impressive. Oh man, this guy has some chainmail shit, which is kind of nice. But it's mundane, so you know it's not the magic shit that I enjoy. So personally, it wouldn't do me much good. I guess it would do me a lot of good right now because all of my armor is broke. Almost all of it, at least. But again, almost all of our armor is magic, so that is the constant struggle. There's a lot more NPCs that came from. We already took out the ringleader. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that they're not gonna be nice to us now that we've killed their leader. Like the goblins were. The goblins were nice after we killed their big bad. I don't think humans are gonna work that way. I had to guess. Guess I should wait actually, because I still don't have a lot of magic. I still have many heals to do. I just named him Bandit the Ringleader. Woo! And then they can't hear me slapping shit around. Right, we're healed enough. So that was the guy kind of over here next to this little tent that they've erected. I see 2 NPCs. Is there a third somewhere? Maybe. One's a dark elf. I can't tell what the other one is. You are not a dark elf. Which means you will take full damage from this. Excuse me. Couldn't reach for a Kleenex in time. Woo! Allergies have been popping off lately. It's a pretty cool time. It's actually not true. It's actually not a cool time at all, but it's okay. I don't love it. But it's alright. Yeah, the glories of this time of the year. Or really all times of the year, let's be honest, but certain times especially mean that allergies like to get very excited. So you are definitely not fire resistant. Bonk. Oh, look at that axe bounce around. That was satisfying. Yeah, it's because I think she tried to block with the axe or parry, but we damaged far past it, so it's like it took the brunt of the hit, like physics-wise, and had all that momentum. All that kinetic energy. So I need to use a little frostbolt. The spell is called Snowball, which is hilarious. It sounds so much more adorable and harmless. Oh god, what did you hit me with? Oh. It might be poison damage or something. So I don't see like any spell effects in the top right hand corner or anything. There's no burden that is obvious, at least. Unless she was hitting me with fortified things, but I don't think that she was. Horny trees. Yeah, I'm essentially breathing in tree semen. Oh, she was dispelling me. I didn't have anything to dispel though, lady. What the hell? So weird. It's like I appreciate her thinking I had things that were worthy of dispelling, but I didn't have jack shit. They were mining silver. That's what this is all about. I would flip the table if I could. In Elder Scrolls 6, maybe they'll finally give us gamers what we've been desiring all these years, the ability to flip tables. Give us the table flip, you cowards. Maybe someday. Fully healed, and there are probably no baddies nearby. I think we've smited all of them. There's more silver veins. Which I guess I haven't really checked earlier. I wasn't really checking rocks to see if there were veins to retrieve. This is an illegal silver mining operation. Now, this begs the question, why is this called the Cursed Mine? We didn't see a single skeleton. Well, there were skeletons that people were summoning, but no natural, organic, free-range, grass-fed skeletons. It's an average lock. I guess I could see if there's a key, or I could pick that shit myself like a gamer. Let's take care of this ourselves. I'm not picking as many locks nowadays, not since we haven't been in a town in a while. So there's fewer things to gank and steal. Curious of the... Oh. I'll take it. Not half bad. In fact, I'll take all of it. That's legit quite good, actually. Now, once we get our Thief Catcher armor repaired, this won't be as good. But right now, it's pretty good. If nothing else, I could always sell it after we get these fixed up. But yeah, not half bad. Not half bad at all. Yeah, both of our armor is broken, by the way. Got a dessert. Ooh. Loaves of pumpernickel. Oh, nice. Your own loaf of bread. That's so nice, JD. That sounds wonderful. So that's what the loaf of bread was like. Was yeah, a nice little kind of mini loaf of pumpernickel. Did they give you like some nice butter, or did you have like some nice butter at your place already? Cause I bet that would be nice too. I'm 5 pounds overweight, by the way. I think I might. Yeah, 1 for 20. The thing is, our wizard's helmet gives us less armor, but that fortified magicka is pretty hard to say no to. So I think I will drop that guy. Drop that one too. Yeah, I don't need extra gauntlets. That's silly. So some things like that I can easily rid myself of. And drop the Daedra heart, and we're good. That cinnamon butter? Oh, baby. Dude, JD, that sounds amazing. That sounds freaking incredible. And it was at a steakhouse place. There's a place Grace and I like to go to every once in a blue moon. It's an indulgence. Like, it's incredibly unhealthy, but it's so nice. I want to say it's either is it Outback Steakhouse? It's like a steakhouse chain. It's nothing amazing, but it's like a nice indulgence every once in a while. No, it's not Outback. It's Texas Roadhouse. That's the one. I was like, what's the one that's Texas AF? Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. It's, you know, not a super authentic steakhouse at least, but they have some other like nice food options. And yeah, they got that cinnamon butter on the rolls, and it is sinful. It's wonderful. Yeah, indulgent is the word that comes to mind. It is a treat. Actually, I'm noticing that the silver is also kind of heavy, and I question if it's worth. But I guess it's actually technically more valuable than yeah, like one of these guys, for instance. Actually, here, I'll drink it. That way I'll have a cool little glowiness for a little bit. Excuse me. That's an interesting little visual effect there. Apparently they have mirror rocks that they're trying to mine as well, or something. Excuse me, or something. Pickaxe, shears, and shovels. And torches. I've been using a lot more torches than I've been gaining lately, so... Poor me, I only have like 65 torches. Whatever am I going to do? Yeah, the sorcery ones, yeah. A bunch of these silence guys. Bloop. What was that rock that was glowing strangely in the distance? Also just a random dead rat. Because these were the sleeping quarters for those who were mining. Whereas the boss had his own cool little tent. I bet he thought he was real hot shit. Inspiration. It's okay. I'll take it. It's there for decor. It's part of the ambiance. Mood lighting, if you will. Here, I'll help with the mood lighting. Or or mood littening. It's lit, fam. Please. Apparently rats are heavier than they look. Or my character is very weak. There we go. Yeah, it's mood lighting, right? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And with that, now that we've roasted a rat, a dang dirty rat, that's the silence potions. I think we're all set. Yeah, I think this was the rock that was like glowing in the distance. So yeah, that armor is kind of nice. It's not like the bestest, obviously, but... And it will quickly get replaced, but it's something. That's good enough for me. Whoops. I actually did not mean to, I didn't mean to grab that. Right, that is a conquered cave of apparently a bunch of silver mining operations. But yeah, once again, I'm a little bit disappointed. It was called the Cursed Cave. I had high expectations for some like spooky shit. This is pretty not spooky, pretty garden variety bandit cave. I mean, it's a mine. Or what I say, Cursed Cave, I meant Cursed Mine. So the mining aspect of it is accurate. There was definitely some mining activities, but I wanted less mine, more cursiness. Oh well. Cursed mine beggars can't be cursed mine choosers. So, I'll take what I can get. So that's the way out of here. Bonk. I was hoping it would like swing all the way back and smack me, but it was not having it. This way. Past all the other physics traps that have been tripped. I wonder if bandit caves ever like repopulate after you've plowed through them before. Because this place is vacant. Someone else could set up shop in here if they really wanted to. Some other band of ne'er-do-well bandits. You would think the density of dead corpses... Well, no, why would that dissuade them? Yeah, that wouldn't be an issue for them. They'd be like, hey man, that means whoever was here previously was weak, but we're gonna be better than they was, boss. So there's nothing stopping them. That being said, bloop. After untold numbers of distractions and side dungeons and ruins and there was that one cave that we couldn't enter earlier. It was locked in such a way that needs a key, which is to say it could not be picked. I'd be willing to bet there's going to be a side quest that will allow us to check that place out at some point. I draw power from the well, and it buffs something, some stat. Oh, bandit friend. Wasn't expecting to find a bandit friend out here, yet here we are. Having a bit of a hard time finding a way to get to me. If I attack the rock he's standing upon, that'll definitely do it. You almost had me, lady. Just one random bandit, no explanation. No explanation necessary. Right, yeah, like I said, I tell myself that's just how you're expected to play the game. It's with lots of bullshit getting in the way of the main quest. Help, adventurer, Satan is at our doorstep, and the Oblivion gates are opening, and everything is fucked, and you're our only hope. Please save us before Mega Satan curb stomps our world. And then we're like, you got it, fam. And then I just go around and I fuck off to side quests. Surreal Brothers Vineyards. Aw, sounds so nice. This is Skingrad. Tamika Vineyards. Oh, it's so nice. It's so like pleasant and nice looking. Although I have a feeling that the workers here are probably paid peanuts. Peanuts, but these are grapevines, Alex. Keep a bunch of, yeah, potions and scrolls that I'll never use, but just in case. But what if I need them, is what I tell myself. What if I need them for a rainy day?
I'm Tamika. We grow our own grapes and make fine wine.
Now, this is the Tamika Vineyard, so it was named after her. Maybe she's the proprietor.
I went to the chapel to get rid of a rash I'd picked up. Tumendil healed me right away.
We're not going to talk about what that rash was. That's between her and the pastor.
Skingrad's wines are the best in Tamriel. I invite you, try them for yourself. Here, it is perfect for grapes and perfect for wine. The sun and soil here are like my native Hammerfell, but the climate is milder and the rainfall more reliable.
Very good. I remember when I did my casual Morrowind playthrough. Sorry. This is distracting. You okay there, buddy? Okay, he's fine, he's fine. The horse is normalized. When I did my casual Morrowind playthrough.
You're new here, or you'd know me. Tutius Sextius, my people
Sextius!
have lived in Skingrad since the dawn. Father and the Count were best of friends.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted. When I did my Morrowind casual playthrough, when we got to the very end and we fought Degathur, I had saved all of my best buff scrolls and buff potions and buff spells and magic items that could like cast buffs. And so what I did is I spent like 20 minutes casting all of those at the same time, or using all of those at the same time in the 5 seconds before the fight with Degathur was to begin. So we were just this like glowing ball of energy for like 30 seconds in the Degathur fight, and it worked. But yeah, that's what I'm more or less saving all these things for. I want to save for like when we finally fight whatever the final boss is going to be, we can just glug 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 glug, scroll scroll scroll, and just be a fucking T-posing god of energy. And the skooma, I think I might have downed like 14 skooma. I think you're not wrong, Irasi. We were a coked out mess, but it fucking worked, and it was ridiculous. I remember we had like a lot of levitation, and we were just going, it was pretty sick. Yeah, we're gonna fight John Oblivion. We're gonna suplex him ourselves. It's from Sonic Frontiers, yes, with a weird upwards angle. Actually, I'm actually familiar if there's a Sonic Frontiers meme about being like angled strangely. Must have been a side. I've got an old clip I could dig up at some point from what that looked like. It was pretty dumb. Yeah, Irasi remembers that shit. Irasi's like, oh god.
Perhaps you should seek out a
We were
priest,
supercharged.
perhaps a beggar or guardsman. You and I, we have nothing in common. What could we possibly talk about?
This seems like a nice guy. He's like, you're beneath me, Welt.
Goodbye.
You're beneath me like an ant betwixt my underneath my shoe. And that's how it shall stay, because my family means business here. My dad owns a dealership. So, anyway. Really humble guy.
I'm David of Surili Brothers Vineyard. Gaston is my brother.
Gaston!
From our vineyards come the finest wines in Tamriel.
No one grows grapes like Gaston. Okay, I'll spare you, but still, his name is Gaston. Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah, well, in all honesty, no. But our wines are very good, and much cheaper than Tamika's very fine product, I assure you.
So we're the cheaper off-brand variant.
Gaston and I make great wines, reasonably priced. Skingrad has 2 great vintners, Tamika and Surili. I'll never say a word against
Stands in air. Oh, very good. Being a coked out, supercharged mess. We were like a ball of energy. We were probably like a Sonic the Hedgehog spin dash with how fast we were, like a fast, speedy, damagey ball of scary.
Raymond Broder, retired archer, presently a grape grower for the
Retired
Cereals
archer, you still got your shit on you, dude.
Are you looking for advanced training?
Advanced training, that's kind of neat.
That Dennis Artilian is a little too full of himself. Sure, he's a captain of the guard, but I'm not impressed. I served as a Legion marksman for 20 years. I retired here to Skingrad, work in the vineyards, and supplement my income as an advanced trainer.
Very cool. Now, he doesn't actually offer training yet.
Be seen.
Anyway, back to it. So he's a trainer, retired archer, vineyard worker. Whoops. I was hoping they would like fly everywhere, but whatever. I also realized that like picking something like that up could potentially anger them, so maybe I shouldn't. I say as I gank their repair hammers. Oh, it instantly broke. Perfect. As it should. You ever store your quills in your cupboard? in your cups, in your boxes, in your crates. Alright, so this is definitely, you're supposed to crush grapes, right? I don't know if I'm doing it right. They're not squishy. And they're still just a flat texture. This wine tastes like shit. Yeah, some sad purple man was trying to crush them and he did a very bad job. He was crying the whole time. His tears got into them. It's just not a good time. And that is literally all that we can repair. So, there you go. Good job, Repair Hammer. Whenever I see a well like this, I always wish I could just dive into the well. Explore it. Because Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask trained me to know that in video games you're supposed to explore wells and squelch the evil that is always inside of them, because there's always evil shit inside of wells in video games. Is there anything else here? There was, yeah, we talked to that one lady. Her wine is apparently the highest quality, whereas the other dudes, his is still good but a little bit cheaper. What do you think about all this, buddy?
Handed grapes and bows. Shamir, grower and trainer. But I suspect you want to shoot, not grow grapes. Am I right?
I want to shoot, not grow grapes. Wait, do I want to shoot grapes and not grow grapes?
David Surly and his brother make some fine wines.
Oh, look at that. They like
Really
say nice
impressive
things about their competitors. That's kind of nice. They're not like, yeah, those fuckers are assholes. Like, oh, they make good product. We say nice things.
He works Surly's vineyard. I work Tamika's vineyard. Riemann spent 20 years in the Legion, and he's an advanced marksman trainer.
Look at that, NPCs being, you know, nice to each other. Competitors in the same trade. Love to see it.
You need to see Ugak if you want to buy a horse. She's inside.
So we're in front of the stables.
Pennevis works over at the Tamika Winery. They make a quality wine there.
Quality wine.
Be seeing you.
Here's the stables. So we got multiple gates to get in. It's cool. Anything outside before we scooch on in? Actually, we'll go ahead and stop in with these folks.
You want a horse? I can sell you one. There are no finer bay horses than those sold by the Grateful Pass stables. Marie Paliella is quite a hard worker. She's in the chapel day and night, tending to the sick and injured.
Very good. Now, one thing I kind of go back and forth on in my mind is if getting a horse would be worth it, since I'm like taking so many, I'm allowing so many distractions to get to me, man. It's like rarely am I just on a straightaway path, uninterrupted, just like charging forward. I guess that's kind of what I'm doing right now, actually. But I guess at some point I should just go ahead and go for it. Just go ahead and get a horse just to see what the functionality is like. I'm hoping that the horse will like teleport around to match your location, because there's no way I'd be able to keep track of like where it is in at any given time. Nothing else out here. Yeah, let's go ahead and hop in this cool place, see what awaits us. Yeah, I'm thinking like it would be very easy for me to lose track if left to my own devices. So hopefully it's gamified in a way that'll be a little bit more player friendly. See, building up there. Yikes. Some of these are probably just going to be places like residences for the wine workers. Or just a little storage area. A couple gold. Places like this are a good place to restock on torches, if nothing else. Oh, in we go then, to Skingrad. Once again, I'm hoping very selfishly that we can get some intel on that one cave that we could not enter. Very mysterious.
Protect and serve. It's what we do. Something is just a bit off about Glarthir. Someone needs to keep an eye on him.
An eye on him.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Isn't he a soldier or a guardsman in the Imperial City?
We must have talked to that guy before
He's
already.
that thief that the Imperial Watch are always going on about. Goodbye.
In we go. Okay. Can't actually get up there very, very well, at least, very easily. It's an impressive little place they got here. New topic, Glarthir. We've heard that somebody's to keep an eye on him. Now, new topic, what does that exactly signify? Does that mean we have a quest? We did, it would be under current quests, I think. Yeah, new topic. I guess that just means a topic that we can ask others about. Someone needs to keep an eye on him. Wait, hold on. Who's beggar? Oh, just a beggar. Okay. Talk to people. Right. Cool. Thank you, puzzle. That explains it. This is an inn. A very fancy looking inn at that.
How about mixing up some potions? You look like quite the alchemist. What do you
Well,
want?
I like to think I'm alright at it. How about this Glarthir?
Concerning this, I can only speak to a friend.
No, well darn.
I think Glarthir is having one of his bad spells lately.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. She's like, yeah,
Farewell.
sorry. Get good, scrub. Yeah, so that's something for us to be mindful of, is that there might be more about this lad.
Head on.
Else Godhater? That's quite the name.
I'm Elsie Godhater.
Elsie.
Yes, I hate the gods, all gods. They can all bite my garters. And if you don't like it, you can bite my garters too.
Jesus, this is some... Well, this game came out in 2006. That dialogue and this name of this person and the face accompanying it all have some 2006 R-atheism vibe. So, I guess it's appropriate.
He's a raving lunatic. I'm assuming you're asking because he's done something strange. Like what? Oh, like shouting obscenities at you? Or wearing only fur for an entire year? Or waiting outside your house every morning?
It's a little weird.
Not that you'll get anyone else in town to admit it. Oh, he's harmless. We're used to him. Harmless. Ha! One day he'll snap. Then watch out.
Lunar Waffles, good to see him. Meme character? Yeah, I don't know, actually. I don't know what to make of this lady.
Ask me what I think about chapels, praying, the 9 divines. Go ahead, ask me.
I bet she has very positive things to say. What do you think?
The gods don't do a damn thing. Do they even exist? How could anyone tell? Daedra Lords, sure. They exist. They do things. Bad things mostly, but things you can see. The gods? They don't do a damn thing. So why do we build big chapels and sit around and mumble and ask them to save us from this and that? It's stupid. And chapels and priests and folks groveling on their knees, they're stupid too.
No, you're right, Puzzle Wall. Now, I was thinking about that too. I was like, well, my personality score and my speechcraft skills are
Be seen.
quite shit. So I question if it would be worth trying, but I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if I can make her like me, we could try more with her specifically, at least. So let's see what, yeah, personality. Well, our personality is, well, it's our lowest, so that's pretty bad. Speechcraft is our worst skill. So our worst attribute and our worst skill. But the only way to get good is to try our darndest at it. If nothing else, we could throw money at the situation and see if that helps. In Morrowind, bribes didn't always work and would frequently fail and, you know, make them hate you. So I don't know if it works similarly in this game, but there might be no time like the present to try it out.
Earthward around around town lately?
Of
Also,
course
we are.
not.
Take
Oh,
care.
oh.
Oh,
I like how he's very short.
hello.
You. What
Makes
can
me feel
I
at
do
home.
for you?
Rumors.
I saw Ugak Gramogak earlier. At least I think it was her. Perhaps it was her sister.
Yeah, it's we're not
Go
the
to
most
it.
charismatic lad, which would shock you, given this. And how very appropriate that a character looks like this is not the most socially
Hello.
able
Welcome
lad
to
we've
the
ever seen.
Westfield Inn. I'm Irina Giranus, the proprietor. If you'd like food or a bed, speak to me. I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
Yeah, so many characters would have more
I heard
intel
that someone
on
had
this
it
person.
out for Tutius Sextius. Who'd want to hurt him?
Tutius. Oh, that guy's he's kind of mean. So honestly, I can't say I blame him
Count
too much.
Skingrad has ruled here
He's trying
all
his
my
best.
life.
Whoops, sorry.
The county is
Microphone.
quiet and prosperous. In the old days, the Colovian estates were always in the thick of some war or rebellion. But that's ancient history.
Now, all I know about the Colovians is that their fur helmet is awesome and is iconic in Morrowind, at least. So that much I know, but that's about it. The Colovian fur helm. If there's other
You
cool
too.
things about the Colovians, I could not care less. If it
Well
doesn't
met.
involve their fur helmets, then
What?
don't at me. What? Reinforced door to the cellar. Okay, I'll bite. Or we can go upstairs. This is an impressive little spot they got up here, honestly. It's a large inn. There's a second floor that leads outside. The upstairs. I'm gonna save because what I'm about to attempt might make them mad. Sadge is trying his best. I'm trying to be social. I'm trying my best. Always trying his best. Not usually succeeding, but college tries still. Lots of wine down here, probably lots of foods and shovels and bread. Excuse me.
What brings you to my little home underground?
Little home underground. What an odd
So,
thing to say.
You've brought something for me to examine.
Nernroot, are you the guy?
Yes, this is a genuine Nernroot
I've
sample.
heard about this
Very
lad.
nice quality, in fact. That gives me an idea. Since you already know what they look like, do you feel up to a bit of a collecting expedition? Excellent. But before you go, you're going to need to learn a bit more about Nernroot. Otherwise, you may walk in circles and never find any.
It's a sex dungeon or a torture dungeon. Can it be both? Bonus points for it pulling double duty. I would sure hope so.
A few years ago, an adventurer not unlike yourself sold me a musty old tome containing alchemical formulas. Most of them were worthless.
That does sound like something I would sell to somebody.
But one of the moldy pages contained a recipe for a potion known as an elixir of exploration, a sort of ultimate dungeon delver's brew. The formula looked sound, except it required an extremely rare ingredient. Yes, you guessed it. The Nern.
Except it only drains.
I put the book aside because, frankly, I had
Nernroot,
so
that
many
is.
other delicate experiments going on that I just didn't have the time to go plant hunting. Now that you're here, that changes things.
Tell me more.
The Elixir of Exploration is a multi-purpose potion that was obviously created with the Dungeon Explorer in mind. The formula describes many magnitudes of the brew. If you're interested, I wrote a short missive about it for the Imperial Alchemy Symposium. You bring me 10 samples of Nernroot, and I'll make the elixir available to you at a huge discount, as well as give you one for free.
I've got like 12 of them right now.
The best place for you to start would be Shade Leaf Copse, which is a part of the Great Forest northeast of here. Good luck, and hurry back with more of the Nernroot.
I got at least 10 of them. Here you go, buddy.
How goes the search?
He's like, that was fast.
If you need to know more about the Nern... Fantastic! You actually found 10 of the Nern root. I'll begin making the Elixir of Exploration right away. According to my research from the tome, I'll need at least 20 more
for magnitudes.
Nern
Gotcha.
to make the next magnitude of Elixir. In any case, if you come back in about 24 hours, I should have the weaker Elixir ready for you.
I'm going to venture a guess that there's a finite amount of Nern roots in the world at any given time, or just in general. And that it's probably going to be, I don't know, some convenient number, like 100 Nern root total. So we probably have our work cut out for us. Get him hard at work. Look at this guy with this novice equipment. Real gamers have apprentice equipment. Well, in my case, I have half apprentice and half novice. Apparently I took damage at some point. Hey, Nepsid, good to see you, bud.
How goes it?
Playing more Oblivion. Just chilling.
How goes it?
How goes it? Been a nice old time where we just got to Skingrad, so we're kind of chasing some side questy things and also pursuing some options for maybe even more side quests to take on. Also, I hope you like glowy walls and windows despite it being 8:30 p.m. at night. Everything is still very luminescent in this game. Could open these doors if we wanted to. I mean, I guess if nothing else, it'd be good lockpicking experience. I'm gonna save before I attempt this. I don't really need to do this, but like I said, good lockpicking experience. I have 79 lockpicks, so it's not like I'm struggling. Not unlike the, or very different from the beginning of the game when I was struggling to find lockpicks. It's a very different kind of vibe. Also, it is not, it's considered illegal to break into this room, but it's not considered illegal to steal from the desk and things. Look at all these windows, all this natural light. It's hard to sleep in, man. If I'm staying at a hotel or at an inn, I would definitely want to indulge in sleeping in. Oh, very nice, Nepsa. That's fantastic. What kinds of games were you playing tonight? When you were streaming? 2 jobs, 6... Oh, geez, that's a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to find time to enjoy some hobbies and to stream. But yeah, it's a lot of time to work and limited free time. I understand how that goes. Bam, there we go. Okay, so it is illegal to steal those calipers and the shovel. Again, not sure how the shovel fits into this chest, but Morrowind magic, or Oblivion magic. Elder Scrollsian magic, we'll call it that. Like how I'm leaving these doors open, so anybody who wanders up here could just take a power nap, and no one has to know a gosh darn thing. Come on. Not yet, not yet. There we go. Path of Radiance. Oh, that's right. Fire Emblem. That makes perfect sense. I remember you're a Fire Emblem extraordinaire. So that's very on brand for you, Nepsid. Said Path of Radiance is the best one. Some high praise from a Fire Emblem licensed expert. Whoops. Got that shit. It's a lot of work, but that's a good point too. Like, you're saving up monies. That's the good shit right there. Destruction increase. Nice. They got some ominous Daedric at the outset. They got some fancy, like, first letter of the paragraph kind of things. Very nice. Mythic Dawn commentaries, number 2. Let's look at that. It was worth busting in here because we got that sick, illegal, destructive knowledge. Curiosity, what is our destruction? Oh, we're 1 level away from the max level for destruction. That's pretty sick. 5-finger, good to see you, bud. Saving up money, though. Maybe even upgrade your PC. That'd be pretty sick, Nepsit. What are some things that you would look to do for upgrades? Because you probably know this, but for a good while, their graphics cards were prohibitively expensive. but they've come down significantly. There's still a markup, but it's not nearly as bad. So it's so much more affordable now than it was like a few months ago. So progress. We take those. Hour and 45. Well, actually, yeah, that's a good point too. We actually started. Oh boy. Oop. Oh, is it gonna recover? Okay, well. Yeah, we started for a little bit there. So my computer, I had to restart the stream earlier because my computer blue screened like half an hour in to the stream. So we've been live since about 8:40, 8:45 or so. There we go. It did recover, by the way. I was a little bit scared. But so yeah, so it's been a pretty standard length stream so far. By the way, we got some guilds, Mages Guild and Fighters Guild. We'll check the Fighters Guild first, but the Mages Guild has the shit that I'm most interested in. Hello, my name is Fighters Guild Porter.
What do you want?
I am one who ports.
I don't trust you enough to talk about that.
Well, darn.
I've bought a good number of things at Colovian traders, and Gunder is a friendly...
Gunder. Gunder cats. Ho!
Let me take
Can
a
you
look
repair
at
my
what
shit,
you've
please? I have many shit to repair. I'm guessing that's like the cost to repair. Yes, it is, and it's quite affordable. Yes, my shit got thoroughly fucked. Could you please unfuck it? Thank you for the unfucking. Oh, what kind of textbook stuff are you reading, Flyfinger?
Bye.
I remember having many times in college where I had some similar shit going on.
I'm not a great archer, but I seem to have a knack for teaching. And I've bagged my share of goblins.
Where I'd be like trying to, you know, get caught up on stuff for class. I'm reading through stuff in the textbooks and it's just like melting my brain. Like, wow, I'm actually unlearning things as I'm reading. That's amazing.
Actually, underground goblin lairs are no more common here in the West Weald than anywhere else in Cyrodiil.
Do tell me about the goblin hunting, by the way. GTX 1060, which is, yeah, pretty good. I mean, depending on what kind of games you're streaming, then yeah, you might not need an upgrade. But I know for a lot of us, that's like a top thing to strive for. I've got a 980 Ti, so I'm about where you're at too, Nepsit. I have the equivalent of like a 1060 or a 1070, more or less. So, and I can play Oblivion with, you know, at max settings just fine. So that's enough for me. Ryzen 3 though, ooh, I gotcha, yeah. Maybe a 5, yeah. You tried a 7 and you weren't too, oh, really? Oh gosh, that's awful, yeah. A Ryzen 7 was $700. Can I ask what kind of 7 it was? Because I think I'm using a 7. I think it's the 2700X. And I don't think it was nearly that expensive, but I realized there's, I think, a new class of Ryzen 7 that's out.
I don't know if Tumendil ever leaves the chapel. That man works day and night to take care of all of us.
Oh, so it's like a gen ed thing you just have to do. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Those are the worst Flyfinger where it's like you're trying to cram all this knowledge into your brain with the expectation, I'm going to forget all this shit a day after the final ends. Because, yeah, it's a dead end class. But I realize that's a very cynical way to look at it. Because sometimes those gen eds can be legitimately helpful in other qualitative ways. But some of them feel like a giant waste of time. Like in my case, I had to take like a semester and a half of lab science courses. And for computer science, you know, software development, that kind of thing. I mean, sure, there's computer science, it's in the name, science, but like, it fucks me over still that there was so much lab science in that, that was required for computer science. And I'm thinking it was because it's considered an engineering course or an engineering degree, and engineering and lab science sometimes do have some overlap, but still, yeah, it was like a shocking amount of time spent on these courses where, yeah, it has been completely useless for me. I did not like the courses, that the classes were uninteresting. It's like, if I wanted to go into lab science, I would have just majored in lab science. Why do I have to take so many of these goddamn courses?
My
It's so
advice
frustrating.
is to close quick with the skirmishers, the petty spellcasters. But the shamans are real trouble.
Shamans are a trouble. The shamans are
have
easy in my
wicked
book.
Magics, drains, paralyze, bad stuff. Stand off and shoot or spell shamans down if you can.
Maybe shamans are harder for melee characters, because as a spellcaster, shamans were easy to deal with. At a 37. Oh, okay. So that's probably the newest Ryzen 7 then. There's other crap that happened too. Ooh, God, yeah. That's really unfortunate. Because, yeah, I'm not sure how much a 7, the top tier 7 is, and I think that's what that would be, the 3700X. As I think when I got my 2700X, I got a 2700X and a motherboard that like paired with it at the same time. Because I had like an AMD 8350 from like 2012. And then I upgraded in like 2018 or 2019. It was a long time coming. And because my CPU at the time was so old, the motherboard associated with it was so old, it wasn't compatible with like the newer chipset. So, or the newer pin set rather. So yeah, I'd replace the motherboard and everything connected to it. And I think when I got the motherboard and the 2700X total together rather, it was like $400 or maybe even less than that for both of them together. So that wasn't too bad. But again, that was 2700X at the time when it was, I think, the top of the Ryzen 7. But it had still been out for a couple years, so it wasn't like as flashy necessarily. So yeah, if you want to find a 5, similarly, yeah, it probably wouldn't be too expensive per se, but still it's a pain in the ass to have to deal with though. Put a red marker. Yeah, it's like give me the stuff that I'm gonna care about. I mean, I get it. Like if it's a time to have a potato. I'm just eating a raw potato. You know how it is. Not like how he's following me around. It's like he doesn't trust me, which valid, honestly. Actually, hold on. Does he like dislike me? What?
All right.
He's like in the middle. He's in the middle there.
Good day.
But no, like yeah, I get it. Like if it's for a if someone's major is the lab science courses or if depending on what kind of gen ed class it is, if you know, if it's your major for the course you're taking and you're reading the stuff in the textbook and it's like, you know, these are things that might come in handy later on, but yeah. It almost needs to be if you have more classes in the future, continue reading this section. If this is a dead end for you, then only go as far as here. Also, why is the ceremonial shield outside of its case? It's like the weapon rack broke or something. I'll put it on top of the case if nothing else. Yeah, I think it's broke. Here, I will fix this. Hopefully this is not an illegal action that I'm about to undertake. Ceremonial replica shield lying on the ground. It's not a particularly valuable thing since it's a replica, but still, it's a nice display item. Bonk, bonk. Woo. Trying to make the situation better. Sneak skill increased. I'm very sneaky, you see. Actually, it wasn't a sneak, it was to get my, like, booty lower. Look at that. Perfect. Can I squeeze this into? It's for the weapon rack. See, we're helping. Or something. Get a case as well. And a bigger power. Oh, that'd be nice too. Yeah, especially if you're looking to replace other things. And yeah, a power supply increase might be in order. I say might be. It's not necessary. It's not always necessary, rather. But yeah, depending on what kind of other things you're going for, some of that stuff can take a lot of juice. Nailed it. Perfect. Flawless, really. The porter just watches on as I'm trying to fix shit. Trying to unfuck it. So there's a basement down there. If I can just kind of nudge him a little bit. Excuse me. Still impresses me how, like, you can just steal things. And they just don't care. Excuse me. They just don't care. It's a good time. It's like you're part of the guild, what's ours is yours. Or something. I do like how each town has its own emblem, like each major city has its own city castle emblem thing. It's kind of neat. So it just wraps around. You're so shiny. You glisten in the distance. Motherboard's really small because the case is super small too. Yeah, so a bigger case would open things up a bit. And if you did eventually want to replace your graphics card,
Amals of the Fighters Guild. Welcome
then
to Skingrad.
a lot of graphics cards, like the 3000 RTX series, are a little bit larger. I'm pretty sure, at least. So that would open things up a bit.
Concerning this, I can only speak to a friend.
This guy has the pathetic kind of vibe to it, the way he's gazing down upon us.
Try the big goblin den called Derelict Mine, out east along the Gold Road.
Oh yeah, we cleared that out already. It was pretty spicy.
Marie Paliella seems very happy working at the chapel. She's always working, but she's always got a smile on her face. The whole West
got a lot of
Weald is
teefers.
pretty good goblin hunting country. They're thick here in Colovia, along the Valenwood and elsewhere borders.
With many C's.
Farewell.
I'm in the Fighters Guild, yes. And I can train for weapon and shield parries. Thaddeus Callidius is the name.
Faddus. We call him Thickus.
I don't mean to gossip, but he is more than a bit strange. However, he's always been tolerated as the town eccentric.
I wonder if others consider me the town eccentric. I sure hope so.
You heard of Goblin
I know
Jim's Cave?
Faddus, I know.
It's a big one. It's a
Goblin
long
Jim's
walk
Cave? Oh my
north
god.
Skingrad, in the Imperial Reserve, a long way from civilization.
Alright, I've got a very important question. What illicit activities do I need to involve myself in order to acquire the title Goblin Jim? Goblin Alex. How do I get the prefix Goblin added to my name so everyone knows, like, yo, you talking Alex Q Super Hobbit? You mean talking Goblin Alex? Ooh, that guy is I don't know, man. Questionable. Kind of sus, not gonna lie. Biggest dick. Now, I'm a fan of Long Dick Johnson, personally. Oh, man. Oh, of course, Nepson. No, I'm always happy to... I like talking shop about computers and shit. It's fun.
Try a fighting chance in the Imperial City.
We've been there. It's a pretty cool place.
What brings you to Skingrad? Hunting goblins? Sure, they're thick in the West
Thick!
But you'll find their holes all over Cyrodiil.
Yes, I'm looking for the goblin hole. Sorry, I keep thinking about the goblussy. The goblinussy. Jesus. More information about mundane. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, the other guilds, right? Yeah, the Thieves Guild, the fucking Morag Tong. Well, I think they even said the Morag Tong is in Morrowind specifically, like not outside of Morrowind. There's the temple, although there might still be a temple. Well, no, there probably isn't in this game. Yeah, so no temple. There's probably no house quests like House Halalu, Telvanni, Redoran. So yeah, that's a good point, Five Finger. There's significantly fewer like other guild things. You've got to be a goblin. Okay, all right. I'll work on that, Elgaso. What if I like get a sick ass underbite and I get little teethers that like poke out underneath, and I go real fucking bald, but it saved like a couple hairs on the forehead, or not forehead, but like top of my head.
Go hurt something.
Thank you. What an odd blessing to bestow upon somebody.
What can I do?
I'm actually curious. What is your disposition of me? So that's like a very positive thing to say to somebody. You wish someone to cause pain to others if you like them. It's a good start. Hell yeah.
You too.
There's an upstairs and there's the basement. I'll check out the upstairs. Specific to Morrowind. Yeah, I think there was an NPC that mentioned that. Like, yeah, it's like if you want to kill somebody, you have to do it yourself. Because there's no Morag Tongue that you can hire to do it for you. Or something like that. Something along those lines. If we wanted to, we could take a nappy here. If we wanted to. A little power nap. There's that one Twitter profile that I know at least I and maybe you also, Elgaso, have linked on the Discord server. where they like post a bunch of like fun little charming goblin themed comics. There's the one where it's like a radio station, and it's like, all right, we got a call in request from Goblin Boy 69. How's it going, Goblin Boy 69? And he's like, yeah, I'm a goblin. Could you play some goblin music for me and my buddies to dance to? He's like, yeah, here's some goblin music, and then they just start dancing. So I'm very much a fan of pro-goblin discourse on the internet. The Goblin Radio. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Join the Morag Tong. As a kid, this is gonna sound so fucking dumb, but as a kid, the Morag Tong scared me. It's like you walk in and like in that one place in Balmora, and the room's like has like this deep, dark red hue to it, and they're all assassins, and they all could fuck you right up, and they're scary. I was like, oh, I don't like this place. So I never like did their quests as a kid, man. I was too scared. I should go back and actually no, I did do some of their quests. I remember, yeah, I did do some of their quests in my casual playthrough on stream. That metal goblin has showed up. Let me think. Metal goblin. Wonder if I would recognize what that one is. Steel claymore. That's, I think, what this is. Maybe it's a silver claymore, actually. It's a magic claymore. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. This one's silver. They have cool armor, too. I can't remember what the Morag Tongue wears, armor-wise. I remember there's the Dark Brotherhood armor, but that's you know, obviously something quite different. Let's go to the basement. Okay, the stairwell meeting has adjourned. You're all dismissed.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, wait, you're the same person?
Tamika makes some truly fine wines.
Oh, it's the goblin lady. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I guess she was in her PJs earlier. Well, it was like... Well, wait, why are you awake at 1? Why are you in your battle gear at 1, but you were sleeping at like midnight? What kind of degen schedule these assholes on? And then I look in the mirror and I go, oh, right. Why are these degens awake at such a late hour? Then I'm like, oh, right. Pot, kettle, black, how's it going? Here's that basement. The DB armor is goofy and awesome. Oh, the Dark Brotherhood, yeah. It's like steampunk almost. They got little whirligigs and little eyepieces. It's strange. I like it, but it's strange. I do like how there's just weapons you can just have down here. Like no one's gonna stop you. Or you could just resell it to a different vendor. No one stops you because it's not considered thievery. Oh, it's from Charbear. Excellent. Thank you, Void. I gotta watch that afterwards because that sounds delightful, especially if Charbear likes it because she knows the good shit. Excuse me. Yeah, I saw you say Five Gear was being a little bit weird for you. Hopefully it's behaving now. So much like the... I thought it said russet fart outfit and I got excited. Much like the Fighters Guild in the Imperial City, a little basement fight arena for I'll take that, for sparring and such. There was that one time we saw 2 NPCs sparring. One had a dagger and the other one had a warhammer, and somehow they were fighting non-lethally. I don't know how you stab somebody non-lethally with a dagger or bang them in the face with a warhammer in a just kidding way, but they were, you know, not hurting each other, so that was impressive. Yeah, the goggles. Yeah, it's kind of fun, honestly. It clashes a little bit. It clashes with the rest of the outfit, and the Dark Brotherhood armor stands out so much from the other armor sets in Morrowind. And I mean, the whole notion behind the Dark Brotherhood is that it's supposed to blend. They're probably supposed to like blend in with the shadows and be mysterious and make them all subtle. But that outfit feels very loud. Like it stands out very much so. You know, in at least in the bedrooms where they typically like try to jump you in. 'Cause, you know, they will jump you in your sleep and try to assassinate your ass. So the idea of this like very weird and whimsical and goofy ass looking armor as a as their outfit is kind of fun. Also, very good. And then double also, I realized that there's nobody here to give us quests, which makes me a little sad. We learned a little bit more about goblins. Aww. All snuggled up. Here, I'm going to... Oh, wait, so she changed back into her armor. This is weird. Anyway, I'm just going to wait for 7 hours. Because I want to see if they can give me quests. Maybe during business hours, they'll give me the good shit. Fighters Guild and the arena would have. I would assume that they would have an overlap. Also, this guy never sleeps. He runs on exclusively on judgment and steely gazes.
Goodbye.
Oh boy, 3 a.m. Exactly, Nepsit. What kind of moron orders a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m.? What kind of moron goes to the Fighters Guild at 3 a.m.? Oh boy, 3 a.m. as I say as I kick down the door and I'm... Well, this is a normal place to be standing. This is what I do when I so it's 9:40 a.m. So yeah, so my workday begins at 8:30. I wake up, I do some stuff, I eat breakfast. Then I go back to my bed and I just T-pose on top of my bed for like 10 minutes. As a way to kind of charge my batteries.
Arena Geranus isn't the most social innkeeper in the world, but she runs a good, clean house.
Oh, Necro Goblin. Oh, okay. Because there's a band called Necro Goblin. Yeah, so there's no other quests that this guy offers. Yeah, concerning this, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I guess there's no fighters quests still that are available. I remember at one point somebody said, oh yeah, talk to so-and-so in the Fighters Guild, rather. Or quests. So I guess none of these are the so-and-sos. Hello, I'm Fatus. Goblin Gym. Unless Goblin Gym is the quest. Because I think that did add something to our map at least. So it's not a quest necessarily, but it is a thing added to our map. Goblin Gym's cave. And that's not too far from Bleak Flats cave that was locked. We couldn't get into Bleak Flats cave. Oh, and Shadeleaf Corpse. So we have a holy trinity of caves and copses to check out. So that's something at least. It's something to follow up on. Now to the Mages Guild, see what things we can scoop up there. But first, a Colovian trader, bonk, as I smack my head on the forehead, my forehead on the sign. But yeah, but the Fighters Guild in the arena, yeah, you would think there'd be some overlap that like members of the Fighters Guild would frequent the arena and vice versa. He's the talk of the town. I've already talked to you, haven't I? Bethesda and infinite wisdom. It can jump you. That's the thing, yeah, because it's a tough fight. The Dark Brotherhood is a tough fight at the beginning of the game. But if you are proficient in light armor or have the slightest interest in light armor, you're getting like the 3rd best light armor in the game super early. So it's kind of overpowered. If you can manage to take one down, you're set for a long time. And if you don't want the light armor, you can just, or the light armor at all, you could just sell it, get fat stacks of gold, and then use that to buy better armor. So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. During Morrowind because you jump stump. Oh well, that's the boing. Because yes, you're jumping around so much. I mean, you could jump around so much, but of course that shit drains your stamina real fast. So that could be a problem for some. Interesting he mentioned Skyrim standards. I would assume in Skyrim, you know, it's cold and snowy all the time, so people are huddled indoors. Well, maybe that's it. They're huddled indoors for warmth. I was gonna say like, oh, they're like it's like cold and shitty, so everyone's miserable and not wanting to be social, but maybe they're minding the hearth because that's all they can do when it's cold and crappy. Anyway, sell a bunch of shit. I got a bunch of shit to sell. For now, I think I want to hang on to... Should I hang on to both of them or just one of them, maybe? Realistically, I'm not really going to use... Yeah, I'm going to sell just all but one. So we'll keep one of them. Because realistically, I'm going to be using my own projectile spells. Preferably. To spell on target, I'm never going to use this. So sell that one. Firewalking, resist fire, that's fine. Resist paralysis, that's fine too. Poison, sure. They don't take up much capacity, so it's fine. Rumble weapon, mercantile. Actually, yeah, I should switch to that one real quick. I keep forgetting I have that. And then at some point I would switch off to the actual combat armor for combat times. Because, yeah, really, thinking about it more, this would be my main armor. This would be, I guess, like an okay replacement in battle, but really, this would be the primary one. So I'm kind of more tempted to just sell this one. Aw, he's so happy to see me. Fuck do you want, he says, as I'm offering him treasures beyond his mildest dreams. Actually, maybe I shouldn't sell this to him, because that's actually more valuable to others, maybe. Because 800 is the max. So I'll hang on to that one. The shield, I mean, I guess I'll hang on to it because we're at least getting the fire shield for freezies. Poison, I forgot I had this, honestly. Yeah, get rid of it. I have a bunch of cure paralysis, which is legit useful to have. I don't know if I need this many of them, per se. Oh, right, this does a bunch of things. Night Eye and paralysis. These are all great, but yeah, I don't know if I need this many. I think I'll sell all of these. And sell 3 of these. Or 4 of these. So I have 3. I got 5 cure paralysis at any given moment. Cure poison. Very boisterous. Resistant to cold. That's a good point too, yeah, so maybe the cold weather isn't really an issue. So to like an outsider, it's like, man, this place sucks. But to them, it's like, hey, we're used to it. It's a living. An excellent. Detect life, yeah, just sell those. Mercantile getting up to... Apprentice. Not bad, not bad. The damage condition of an item is no longer a factor. Oh, that's really nice, actually. I don't have to repair before selling. They're ancient. Yes, yeah, the magic yelling, which is strangely effective. Fortify luck. Yeah, these are the kinds of potions I would drink in quick unison before fighting John Oblivion at the end of the game. Fortify personality, but damage health. Sometimes being charismatic comes at a price. Comes at a cost. I think I will keep just the good Frost Shield. Cure disease, we still need lots of those. Cure paralysis, we already have, like, that's a really heavy one. We already got the other good ones. We've made our own. Bunch of resist potions. We still need the wine. It's for another quest. Get rid of the crappy healing potions, though. And the nerd root we need to not sell. Of course, it has no value anyway, so it would do no good. Charm could be useful. Water breathing is not useful. We have water breathing because of an amulet, actually. So we're in good shape there. Find Greaves. Nah, I'm not gonna use that ever. Looking at it honestly. Damage speed, who cares? Heroic touch, that could be good. Inspiration, that could be good. Major wound, nah, get rid of it. Rage on target, or frenzy on target rather. I guess that could come in handy maybe. Telekinesis. Now we already have a telekinesis spell anyway. Summon skeleton. We already have that as well. Skeletal hero we do not have. Weakness to disease. That wouldn't really be cool for an NPC, I don't think. So a bunch of just the common soul gems. I'm a soul gem. Keep this guy. Sell all 5 of these. We're at soul level. Yeah, I wonder. Actually, I guess I should sell this if it already has a lesser soul in it. No corpus making you. Yeah. That is a thing we have to just be able to deal with, and eventually we'll have the ability to cure our own. To cure our any diseases with a cure disease spell, like cure on self. But we need to get restoration up before we can manage it. Welcome back, Mr. JD. Good to see you, bud. You're just in time to watch me conclude this selling spree. He's like, where'd you get all this silver? It's like, don't worry about it. It definitely was not from an illegal silver mining operation that I crashed. I would never do such a thing. So we've got a few expensive items, like this guy. And actually, it occurs to me that the goblin staff we could have hung on to and sold at a much higher price, and maybe I should have. But of course, a lot of these NPCs don't have that much more gold. I think 2,000 is the most I've seen. So, but regardless, it's nice to be offloading a bunch of stuff. Now is he gonna follow her? Because he'll probably follow me if I go upstairs. So he trusts her, but he doesn't trust me. Honestly, I can't say I blame him. Oop. He's like, what are you doing up there? Nothing. Yeah, he's wise to follow me around because I cannot be trusted. I want to read your expensive books and get the expensive illegal knowledge. I always like to double check, make sure I didn't do anything weird. Hold on, what was that? Oh, potions made. I've made a lot of potions. It's true, I've made a bunch. What do you want? I guess I've already talked to her before. Flipped off a tree. Thank you for that, Five Finger. I needed to know that. My life is better for having gained that knowledge. Hell yeah. Good job. Good job on the rumors. So we sold a bunch of shit to the Mages Guild. Greetings to you. Now, in the Imperial City Mages Guild, or not the Imperial City, Coral Mages Guild, the head honcho was an Argonian. And I wonder if this Argonian is the head honcho here. Maybe Argonians are the master spell casting peoples in this game, which would actually be kind of cool. A lot of conversations happening. Oh my god, everyone's talking. Oh god. It's too much. Everyone's talking at each other somehow. I think I'm like hearing through the floor. Druja. Silenus. Who cares? You haven't heard of us? We're the Star Mages Guild apprentice person. She's like, who are you? I don't fucking care. Oh, have a good night, Elena. Of course, yeah, of course. I know it is getting late. I appreciate you stopping in, though. It's always a pleasure. Seeing how early concepts were from. Yeah, that's a good point, too. Yeah, if you go backwards, you can kind of see where, like, certain ideas might have started that were then later realized in the later games. Oh, you're right, Rossi. The game is muted. That's embarrassing. I did that earlier, too. Or I did that, a few streams ago, rather. Yep, that was exactly it. I did that a few streams ago where I muted the game so we could, like, alt-tab and watch a video. And then I forgot to unmute when we alt-tabbed back. So, yeah, it was probably muted for, like, 20 minutes. Oh, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that, yeah. I wonder if people were... like, wondering, like, Alex, what the fuck happened, man? What happened to the game? Maybe I was talking so much, as I often do. It was like, oh, well, I can't really hear the game over him anyway. Or I can't hear any of the, like, the sound effects over him anyway.
Adriana may read too much, but you should.
But thank you, Ross, for the heads up on that. It's like, oh shit. I done goofed.
If you're skilled enough.
I definitely would like that.
I don't know what Archmage Traven has against necromancy.
Yes, we know all about the necromancy shenanigans.
Like any other. Well, go outside and there's the mountains and wines and sheep. Here in town, though, nothing special.
Yeah, it's a game that's muted. Yeah, yeah. I mean, microphone muting when you're a streamer, when your microphone is muted, it's usually pretty obvious, like extremely obvious to everyone watching. But yeah, the game audio is sometimes a little bit more subtle. But yeah, I appreciate Rossi giving me the heads up on that because it's like, oh no, it's been like that for a long time.
Oh no, that's Adriana's job, not mine. If you ask about it, don't be surprised if she's annoyed. She doesn't like being interrupted.
It's not gonna stop me. I'm known for interrupting and, well, hopefully not interrupting, but definitely annoying people. Shock damage on target, we'll take it. I just need, like, the good target spells, though, because that one's just kind of so-so. I need that good. Minor Innervation, that's a cool name. Cool word. But again, these are drain spells, not damage spells. Damage is a little bit nicer, though. Damage fatigue, because that does not come back. You need to restore that yourself.
A pleasure to serve you.
Earlier, she was like, who are you? I don't fucking care. Get out of my face. Now she's like,
how are you?
Nice doing business.
Vessinus of the Mages Guild, and I'm so pleased to make your acquaintance.
So very pleased. All the undead people attacking on site, or undead attacking people on site. Yeah, this necromancy problem, I'm sure it's all overblown.
I don't mean to gossip. The guild can provide you with some training, but the best trainers are usually very hard to find. Adriana Barrena is the person you're looking for. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to help you.
So, Druja was like, yo, she's gonna be kind of pissy, so just give her a minute. This guy's like, oh, she'll love you, I promise. Wink.
The Mages Guild runs more or less like it always did, but we lost quite a few members when the practice of necromancy was banned.
Yeah, like, that's something that just keeps coming up. The game really, really likes to emphasize. Yo, by the way, did you guys know that necromancy is illegal? Really, I had no idea.
Adriana Barrena, our Skingrad Mages Guild head. Not the most pleasant person, I'll admit. Don't mind her.
They do such a good job of building her up.
I do the conjuration courses, and Druja does the mysticism.
But again, I'm a little bit surprised that they try so hard to emphasize that necromancy is illegal or is banned, because in Morrowind, necromancy was illegal. And not so much, not only was it illegal, but if there was like somebody suspected of necromancy, they just fucking put out a hit squad on that person and get them killed. So like when has necromancy not been illegal in the Elder Scrolls games? Maybe in like Daggerfall, it was like super normal,
May
but
I interest you in some of my fine
like I'm just like, man, when is that not the norm? Where necromancy is not just illegal, but it's like a huge, big bad thing. Where if you do it, or they think you do it, you're going to get got. Hailstone, oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, a much better ice spell on damage, on target. That is. Drain magic on touch, drain fatigue. Ooh, there's that shock damage. I think I might make that my like standard damage dealer. It probably costs more magic, but I think it'll be worth. Everyone has summon scamps. I'll take all these weaknesses. That is if they're on target, and they are. Oh, not that one though. I really don't really see myself using the summoning spells too often.
Tell your friends about me.
Will do, fam. Was it like in Daggerfall? Yeah, that does not shock me that it's discouraged across the board. So, little firebolt spell, you've done us very, very good. Flashbolt. Yeah, Flashbolt, you've done good. However, there's a new sheriff in town and it's called Shock on Target. Bam. And then a weakness to shock. Bam. There we go. So yeah, that will be kind of the standard as far as target spells are concerned. And of course for touch spells, we already have an electric touch spell, which is perfectly fine. For that frost spell, we were using Snowball. We just got a nicer one, Hailstone, which is more damage, costs more magic. Yeah, this one's 31, whereas Hailstone is 29. Flashbolt's 30 though, so yeah, Hailstone's the cheapest to cast out of all of them. But yeah, I don't really know of any bad guys that would be resistant to shock, other than, I guess, what are they called? Like Storm Atronox. So we really wouldn't need much else, I wouldn't think. But yeah, I'm trying to think like if there's anything else I would need in place. I guess if nothing else, since I use this fairly often anyway, it is 2, except I probably wouldn't put that on 2 just because we don't use it that often. But it would be nice to not have to switch off quite so often. So, yeah, that's fine. So that's nice. It's nice to have some new things to play around with. And more free undead. Right, yeah, where they would just roam the countryside. Procedural quest. Oh, interesting. They would just give you quests to beat up an undead at a house. Haunting a house, that is. Magic from the sky. It's the basement. I'm gonna save just to be safe, because again, I'm pretty sure that we can take whatever we want here, because we're part of the guild. I'm still nervous sometimes about crossing lines that are not always clearly defined. It's a very like nice room. I say as I'm jumping on the bed like a child, like an excited kid. Do I need to sneeze? I'm thinking about it. Got my hand on the mute button? No, I don't. Okay.
What's new with you?
The sneeze gave me blue balls. Blue nose.
Nasty little beasts.
I can't stand the sight of those creatures.
So she's the lady we've heard so much about.
Hello, associate.
It's me. I'm an associate. At least they acknowledge me. And what I am. Whomst I am.
Greetings, apprentice.
He's an apprentice. Actually, I guess apprentice would be higher than associate, I think.
Fantastic. Thanks for asking. Excellent.
too.
Hi there.
Where's Earthor? I haven't seen him lately.
He's probably
Any cool
still
fancy books?
Adriana hasn't let him work here in a long time.
Good day.
Farewell.
So yeah, we have novice equipment mostly. I think we're like half and half between novice and apprentice. Dude, everyone's in here. Holy shit.
Hello there.
I'm just perusing books. And let me just steal your skull.
Hi there.
You want me? You sure? I'm Vigga. I'm Mage's
Nobody
Guild,
likes to
but I
talk to
don't
me.
train or anything.
I'm not used to this. He's like, you sure?
Between the two of them, Borisian and Gaspar have mastered nearly every type of spell there is. You'd be wise to go see them if you can.
Because he's so cautious. Someone talking to me? I don't know. I'm a little nervous.
Adriana's in charge. You'll need to speak to her about it if you can tear her away from her latest book. Well, the Mages Guild runs more or less like it always.
So we got that one.
Well, it's a bit rugged. Nothing like the Arcane University. Have to go to the Imperial City to buy anything. But it's good enough, I suppose.
It's good enough, I suppose. I guess it'll do. This was probably me knocking shit on the ground. Here, let me get that for you, lady. And just stand on it.
Greetings, Evoker.
Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapter attack, now the prophet.
Assassination, yep, still
It
very much
can't
part of the
be.
lore.
Yes.
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes
Got some
to you in your
poisons.
sleep.
It's ominous to just have that out brandished on a bookshelf. Like, yeah, those are my poisons, you know, in case I need to fucking murder someone in their sleep. Yeah, it's casual stuff, honestly.
I've heard others say the same.
The Emperor and his 3 sons dead right under the noses of the Imperial
Jesus, calm down. Goddamn.
Disgrace.
They're making eye contact. Oh God.
Good day.
Good day. Good afternoon.
It's a lot of impressive
I
voice
trust
work.
you
You're
have a good
correct.
reason for interrupting me.
You are having so many conversations, lady. Goddamn. Calm your ass down. Good lord.
It's been the home of the Mages Guild for the longest time. You should see the library they have there. It's the only
Lord forbid
place
you have
worth
all these
visiting in the
conversations, yet I'm
Imperial
like,
City, if
excuse
you
me, and
ask
she's like, how dare you speak to
I
me?
only make the trip if I can't find a specific book here. There's at least one person in every guild hall who offers spells. Check at every hall to make sure you don't miss any.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, Five Finger. Like, for some reason, it's not considered a problem, even though it probably should be. They're like, well, this is someone else's property, but it wasn't thievery, and I can just tell that because of some magic, mundane magic thing that all merchants are connected to. Some kind of merchant network that clues them in on what things have been acquired legally and others have not been acquired legally.
I'm afraid I haven't given it much thought. I'm rather busy, you understand. My research occupies nearly all of my
Hey,
time.
but Llama, there have been
Now
a
that
few
I
already
think
that
about
I've
it,
really
I
been
do have
impressed
a
by.
small problem concerning Earthor. He's one of the guild mages here. Think you can do something about it?
I'm on that shit, lady. Consider it done. In fact, it's already done.
Excellent.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just don't have the time to search for him again, but I do need to consult him about some notes he borrowed. You might want to ask around and see if anyone can be of some help.
Ask around.
Let me know when he's back, and you'll have your recommendation.
You got it, fam. Yeah, there's been a number of voice lines where I was already like, damn, that's some impressive, like some good voice acting. Not like I'm some aficionado who's like, oh yes, I know the good shit when I hear it. But I've been impressed quite a few times already. Horrible creatures. Yeah. I saw a mudcrab the other day. Horrible creatures. The other person would be like, yes, they're unpleasant. And then, bye. And then they'll both turn to you simultaneously. Be like, hello. Would you like to hear about my mudcrab story? They're very unpleasant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the RNG conversations are delightful. I remember George was saying, Zero Period Productions. He's a huge Elder Scrolls, like, Bethesda guy. And he was telling us how, in his stream, he was telling us, a bunch of us, how, like, in Oblivion, in the development for Oblivion, they originally had more ambitious ideas for the NPCs to like interact to each other or with each other. The idea behind the like from the outset, at least for Oblivion, is that they wanted the NPCs to have like more convictions with like what they wanted to do and have like a more involved priority goal-oriented priority system where NPCs would want to go here, do this activity, then go to this part of town, do this. Like they would have priorities or like goals in mind. But the problem is they were having a hard time trying to rein in some of the NPC behavior. Because as George was telling it, if you had an NPC, for instance, that their goal was to farm, well, they might need equipment to farm their fields. So they might like go to a place and just steal someone's farming equipment out from underneath them, or they might like wander off like outside of town because their NPC sense tells them that there's a cave nearby that has farming equipment, or worse yet, they might attack somebody to try to steal their farming equipment that they have on their person. So NPCs would just fucking murder each other randomly, and some of these NPCs are important for quests, obviously. So the way allegedly that it went is that early on in development they were like, all right, we gotta nix some of this because this is becoming a problem, a hilarious problem, but a problem no less. Split mud crabs and dirt crabs, water crabs. Well, I guess that's kind of what we have in real life. So maybe in Elder Scrolls it's the merging of all crabs into mud crab that sealed it away.
Well, he's an interesting fellow. Salinis Vacinus can tell you more about him if you wish to know.
He's right behind you too. He's
Salinis
like, yes, talk to me.
Talk to him if you'd like to know more about Earthor.
He's like, he's like, look at the creeper smile he's got right now. He's like, I can smell you. You smell pretty. Also, I like that his name is Silenius Villainius. It's like the most made up sounding Roman name in the fucking world. The sheer chaos. I know, Bethesda, give us the NPC murder cut, you cowards. In fact, yeah, they're all staring at me. I guess they're like, oh god, he's talking to her, what the fuck? Because they all said like she's kind of unpleasant. They're like, holy fuck, the newbie actually did it. Can you believe this shit? The balls in this man.
Any luck finding Earthor yet? I'll need to speak with him before I can feel your recommendation has been earned.
Does he twinsies with the other guy? I think that is the guy we spoke with earlier. He just followed us upstairs. Or didn't follow us, but is now up here with us.
Archmage Traven is the first to take such a hard stance on necromancy.
Anyway, we're going to talk more about necromancy, apparently.
You want a tour? Can't you see I have a lot on my mind? Go bother a beggar or guard. They stand around and chatter all day.
What a pleasant individual she is.
Have Earthor see me when he gets back, Associate.
I hear you got quite a task from Adriana.
That's the man. Lunar Waffles. Okay, I'm going to remember to re-unmute the game this time. I promise. Probably. Maybe. Soul trapping isn't it? Oh, really? Five Finger. Yeah. So, isn't that fascinating? So, like, soul trapping was like a way to appease some kind of way of... Because, yeah, soul trapping is also, when you really think about it, is questionably maybe not fully ethical. If we're questioning the ethics of necromancy, I could see how if somebody is super uncomfy about necromancy, they would also be uncomfy about soul trapping. It'd be frustrating if you try to fight and they're just murdering each other. Because I mean that happened once in Morrowind. The game bugged out in some way. I was fucking around in Morrowind. I think it was Morrowind Randomizer in particular. I was fucking around in Morrowind in Alderaan, and I suddenly got a message saying, with this character's death, the thread of fate has been severed. Reload a previous save or languish in the cursed world that you've created. And I was like, what the fuck? That message happens if a very key NPC dies. But I was like, nothing has happened. I'm just walking around Alderaan. And I was in the, one of like the major, I was in whatever major house structure that is in Alderaan. And I went, and there's the one guy that has ebony armor, like full ebony set. And in the main quest, minor spoilers, he hates your guts and he like refuses to work with you at all. And he's part of the main quest and you have to fight him in the arena, I think is how it works. So, and I walked to where he was and he was just dead. No explanation. He just keeled the fuck over. His fucking brain ruptured, he just exploded or something. He just keeled over. And no explanation. So that kind of shit can still happen, obviously. But yeah, if that was like a constant problem in this game or something, it would be chaotic and hilarious, but hard to make actual progress on things. It's a good movie. The one with Steve Carell. I remember seeing it advertised, and I didn't know what Get Smart was, and I, learned after the fact. The cell phone concept. Yeah, what was the shoe phone, obviously? Turning a soul into a battery? Pretty much, honestly, pretty much. Manny Marco's followers. Oh, so yeah, there was like some competition shenanigans going in there. NPC walking into lava. I'm trying to think if I ever saw that. You know what? There were a few times where in Morrowind Randomizer we'd be fighting some bad guys like around Molag Mar, I think is what it was called, where you got a bunch of lava pools, and you could trick the NPCs into like walking into the lava fields to get to you, and yes, they will die. It's a good time. That's why they're essential. That's right. Do you think? Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, there would be a common thread between Get Smart and Inspector Gadget, wouldn't there?
A nice enough guy, I suppose, but there was that awful scamp incident last year. That's when Adriana told him he needed to practice somewhere else.
Interesting how there was a scamp incident.
Meaning somewhere far away. So we settled down in Bleak Flats Cave.
That place.
Worked there and came back to town twice a week to check in. Hasn't been around lately though.
Isn't that interesting? Because there's multiple NPCs within the Mages Guild who are selling us summon scam spells, so they're trying to encourage this.
Oh dear. I just can't seem to remember where that is. What a shame.
I know exactly where it is. I just don't know how to get into it, dude.
I'm here to help if you need me.
He wants all the necromancy. He says, give me all the good shit. Do you like that she was like, get out of my face, I'm busy. Anyway, I'm just gonna gaze into your beautiful eyes. She says, I'm sorry, but I cannot take my eyes off you, stranger.
Spoken with Adriana today?
I did.
Two star-crossed lovers. I can't take this fucking seriously. The idea of shipping anybody with this is fucking absurd. I would maybe ship this with a fucking bruised tomato. I don't know. God damn.
How do you do?
Good afternoon.
Hey lady, I'd like to bruise your tomato. See, it just doesn't work.
Apparently the Count doesn't mind.
Now wait, oh, hold on. Would I be bruising her tomato or would she bruise my tomato? There's no getting out of this, is there? Anyway, whoops, my hand slipped. Why did that fucking fall to the whatever?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Like how fire salts are like giant crystals of salt inside of lava.
So I've heard. Goodbye.
Goodbye, he announces.
Well met.
Hello, associate.
He's got a gat. Look at that guy. Into my beautiful... Look, she's doing it again. I think she's got the hots first, but she doesn't want to tell us. She's like, no, it'd be so uncouth of me. A Mages Guild house, or a Mages Guild charger, leader, captain of sorts, falling for such a dreamy hero. Oh my. It's so improper. He's a subordinate. It's not right. She's attracted to the chin. Our chin's so large, it has a gravitational pull to it. She's like, oh god, I'm getting sucked in. Oh fuck. We got the fucking Jay Leno chin going on, dude. Sadge Maroon and the Ascended Sleeper. Oh man. Wait, isn't the Ascended Sleeper the one that has like their face carved out from Morrowind?
He hasn't shown up here in a while. I assumed he was still out at Bleak Flats Cave.
It's fucking absurd. I love it. This is a very good headcanon we're forming here. Chin cannon, really. Yeah, she's getting sucked into our chin and we're like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Poor guy.
I don't remember where it is, honestly. I know it's west of Skingrad. Druzia could probably tell you.
Jay Leno wishes. Honestly, he does. There was a recent Jay Leno flavored video that has kind of re-emerged because back in, this is like such a 90s fucking thing, but in the launch of Windows 95, Microsoft hosted some kind of like big, I don't know what the word is necessarily, some kind of like press event or expo, what have you, where they like invited a bunch of
What can I do for you?
industry people and journalists and whatnot. It was like just an expo more or less, where they presented, like they kind of demoed Windows 95, and at the time it was like a really new and exciting thing. Like here's a operating system that is ideally much more user-friendly than, you know, Windows 3.1 and its predecessors, and it was. So, and they hired Jay Leno to like MC the event, and it was an event that not a ton of, I mean, the crowd isn't like gigantic. It's like a room full of people, but it's not like, it wasn't like a super everybody saw this kind of thing event. So like legends of its 90s isms and its antiquities, we'll say, have been on the internet for a while. Anyway, somebody did track down like a VHS recording of this presentation, and they digitized it and put it on YouTube. And I think there was also some like AI upscaling to kind of clean it up a little bit and like smoothen the frame rate out a little bit. And I watched, it's like an hour-long video. I watched like the first like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and yeah, it is a fascinating time capsule of technology and 90s editing, like style video editing, and jokes that if you weren't like alive in the 90s or weren't aware of like things that were happening at that time, jokes in like pop culture references that just don't make sense nowadays. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. And again, since Jay Leno's hosting it or is like emceeing it, it is very indicative of that era. It's a Cthulhu face. Oh, the tentacle dudes. Yeah, the thick tentacle boys. Oversized. Yeah, the chin. Oh, yeah, the crimson chin. That makes us the boy Cleft Wonder, maybe.
I haven't seen him in quite some time, but then this isn't the first time he's been away, so I wasn't really that concerned.
If you look closely, you can see some like red splatterings on her robe. I wonder if that. What kind of magic are you practicing, lady? Do you need to confess to some murders, maybe?
It's
Hatsuzu.
northwest of Skingrad. Here, see it on the map?
That sounds wonderful.
That's where Urthor wound up, after Adrian told him he couldn't practice in the guild hall anymore. She probably doesn't even remember that. You might want to make sure she remembers, especially the part about it being her idea.
I'll check with her as well then. That might be a fun, dude, that might be a fun stream thing, honestly. I'm not 100% sure where they are, but I bet I could find my Pokemon cards. That might be a fun thing to like peruse, because I've got like a binder with all of the, at least all the unique cards I ever found, like all the like interesting, or at least one of each kind cards that I'd ever found. That might be a fun thing to show on stream just for funsies. I'm pretty sure I know where they are, or if not, I could find them. They're here. They're in my condo somewhere. And Gracie loves Pokemon too. I should bust those out. That would really impress her, right? That's what the ladies are into nowadays. Fellows, and any fellows or ladies too that are single out there, you want to impress a potential partner, whip out the Pokemon card collection. That'll bring them right to you, man. It'll absolutely work. Money back guarantee. What am I doing? I might as well steal all of it. What the fuck? Why am I pussyfooting around? Because I don't have a ton of carrying capacity. That's why. So anyway, we were informed we should speak with What's-Her-Face again. Good old What's-Her-Face.
We have no emperor and no heir. That's
Whoops, my finger keeps slipping. Whoops.
I suppose we should all be worried.
She's like, I have important work to do. And by that I mean I need to stare at this bookcase.
You're here about that recommendation, I presume. I'll need to speak with Urthor before I write it.
I hope Urthor's still alive.
Oh, I do remember telling him to go there. Well, we'll just have to do something about that, won't we? By we, I mean you, of course. I have something that may help. It's a basic fireball spell, in case you need to defend yourself.
I'm listening.
I'll be here when you get back. Good luck.
Now, again, that place was locked, like with a key, so we couldn't get in there earlier. Maybe it's plot device unlocked now. Also, she said something about providing a fireball spell. Maybe that's our reward, is a fireball spell. Because we have fire bolts and such. We don't have any, like, explosion radius spells, to my knowledge at least. Let's see, though. Maybe she gave us something. Weak fireball. And it does have a radius, but God, it's pitiful damage, though. I mean, I guess it's 5 points for 3 seconds, so the equivalent of 15 damage, but we get the good shit later on, for sure. Check, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Doesn't mean you'll get free money. It means you will get your $0 invested in return, Five Finger. You get what you put in. That is how it will work. Thank you, Check. No, we're doing well. We're playing more Oblivion, getting more side quests, stealing more various tools and things as we see fit. So, it's been a good time so far, bud. Probably be live for another 30 or so minutes. Just enough time to follow up on some of these side quests and explore more of this town. Just because we're fairly new in town. We're the new kid in town. There's still the upstairs to explore. Oh right, we have a key for this apparently. Yeah, this would be off limits to non-guild members. But we are members. Just poking around in people's bedrooms. Nothing creepy or anything. Couple pieces of paper. It's like I wish I could uncrumple and read it, but all I can do is throw it around. See what's in the desk. Yeah, nothing interesting. Some more soul gems, so we'll gank these real quick. So only 4 lockpicks to go, by the way. I don't think we're at any risk of running out anytime soon. Now, I don't know why this has a hard difficulty, because there's nothing amazing in here from what I can tell. Some reagents, but nothing that's like super rare. Can I get a first try like a gamer? Security skill going up, by the way. Hell yeah. Members poking in my bedroom. Oh my. Minotaur horn. Damn, that is kind of sick, actually. It turns out I'm full of shit. We got some wild crap in here, man. Let me do this. Picked up a bunch of these things. I'm gonna drop those on the floor very inconspicuously. It's definitely not suspicious. Are you sure he needs all those? Like, yeah, don't worry. He'll leave soon enough. He does this every time. We'll just magically, mysteriously restock all of our alchemy sets anyway, so there'll be more where that came from. I was gonna say, I don't mean to pick that up. Get that out of here. So I'm tripping over the things I'm stealing. I mean, repurposing. Soul gems are actually kind of nice, though. There we go. Alteration. Yeah, those are the kinds of books that are worth nabbing, or at least reading, and preferably stealing, if possible. They somehow fit a broom inside there. Excellent. And then there's a basement area where there might be more members gallivanting about.
I know she works tirelessly over at the Tamika Vineyards.
You're here about that recommendation
Yes, I am.
You said he was at Bleak Flats Cave. Haven't you looked there for him?
I'm just assuming that...
Oh, I do. Bye. I'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that we don't have to worry and that it will be unlocked when we get there. Also, I just noticed she sells things.
Some of my fine
Oh, it's expensive. You don't have enough magicka to cast this even once. That is an impressive spell. That's why she's the top dog. Destruction skill is 75. 80 points untouched. God damn, that's an Arctic blow, all right. Brain skill. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't have enough magic. I probably can't cast any of these. Although we'll get there eventually. Either a lack of magic or a lack of skills. Or both. Yeah, can't cast a single damn one. She's got some good shit here, man. So we need to come back here when we got them the big casting numbers.
When he gets back, associate.
Hello there.
How are you today?
Yeah, there's just conversations happening constantly in here. This is a very talkative mages guild. Mages are, the stereotypical mage is like a nerdy shut-in, but these guys are very talky. Looks like there's nobody down here. How's about this? I'm going to make a bunch of potions. And then we will leave. Sell a bunch of extra stuff, and then we will... Let's drop all but one. Boop. Sell a bunch of stuff, then yeah, we'll go take a look in that cave area specifically. Because that would be a good side quest to knock out, hopefully fairly quickly. Or we'll spend our time, or maybe I want to spend the rest of my time for tonight's stream at least exploring the rest of the town, because there's a lot of stuff in this town that I'm definitely curious to try to look through. We've already checked the Fighters Guild. And there's still this one NPC that is like the talk of the town, where some NPCs are like hesitant to talk to us about it. I'm thinking there's probably side quest times awaiting us there as well. Guess let's make some potions. So we got a lot of weird shit. And I like that weird shit. Like Minotaur horns, for instance. What the fuck can we make with this? A burden potion. Fortify endurance, which is actually kind of nice. Are the apples 3 pounds? Good question. I would hope not. That's a heavy-ass apple. Fortify endurance. Bam. Oh, there are no apples. Okay. Well, the pumpkin was 3 pounds, so yeah. In fact, what can we make with the pumpkin? Aloe vera leaves for restore fatigue. What about garlic? Damage agility. A garlic potion, or garlic pumpkin potion, would make me not very agile. Troll fat. Damage well, yeah. A fatty pumpkin. Guess that's what, actually no. Let's actually look at that first, because these kinds of things where you can do the most interesting combinations, I think. Damage health. So interesting. Damage health. Very good. I'm seeing a common thread here. Damage magicka. Perfect. So damage agility is a pretty frequent one. Just a heavy-ass apple, man. That's right. Fighters Gwald. All this damage agility. Damage health. Now, why would grapes damage health? I find grapes are quite nice, actually. Fortify personality and damage health. Once again, that kind of shit comes at a cost. You can make yourself nice, but you gotta bleed for that shit. Probably our best bet, honestly. Everything else is just damage health. Pears are damaging for health, apparently. Onions, well, if I just eat an onion, yes, that's gonna sting. Let's see, it was the Imp Gall. Yeah, that's the one. Damage, luck, and burden. Or just burden. Or damage, luck. Fortify strength. I would rather do the silly one. Damage, luck, and burden is kind of silly. Fortify magicka, very nice. Resist frost, cool. Damage fatigue. Restore intelligence. Okay, I do feel very intelligent when I eat corn. That is accurate. Resist poison, that's kind of nice. Resist fire, very good. Fire salts. Actually, I would probably rather sell the fire salts. Damage agility. Perfect. Anything else weird? What about this green coat leaf? Nothing there. The rest of it's just going to be restore fatigue, mostly, I think. Yeah, grapes and pumpkins. Oh, frost shield. Potatoes and garlic gives you frost shield. Cool. Protects against the cold. Damage agility. Whoa, look at that. Shock shield, damage agility, damn. Who knew rice and corn together did such strange, strange things? Protect life and restore fatigue, you got it. Oops. Yeah, that's all. So after a while, it starts to become fairly samesies. And I think that's it. Made a bunch of weird shit, some of which is like legit kind of interesting. So anyway, that is it for the Mages Guild, the Merges Guild. We have some quests to check out. We've made a lot of new friends, some of which are very, very talkative. I'm gonna sell the things I just got very quickly, and then we'll continue exploring a little bit more.
What can I do for you? What can I interest you in?
Some stuff to sell. Yeah, we sold that to him for 800 because that was all that he could offer. Now he's selling it for 13,000. Goddamn. Restore health. Yeah, it's pretty hard to find sometimes. I feel like I've stumbled upon it a number of times myself, but not necessarily on purpose. So I have the novice one. Yeah, get rid of all the novice ones. Don't question how I got those. Just don't worry about it. It's definitely not suspicious. It's totally normal. Damage agility, get him out of here.
Seems fair. An excellent.
I'm only gonna hang on to one of these. Same with this one, Fortify Magicka. Yeah, get rid of this one.
That's a fair deal.
Damage, health, Fortify Personality. It's such a good combo.
A fair deal.
It's an awful combo, but it's a funny combo. Same thing here. I'll just keep the better one, which is those two apparently. Cure disease, healing, that's fine. 18 and 13. Get rid of these two.
That's more.
Just poison. Rid of these.
You drive a hard bug.
Here's the, yeah, shock, damage agility. Not drain agility, damage agility. Oof, that's rough. Damage magicka. Poison of severing. That sounds so ominous.
An excellent bargain.
Poison of severing. It just severs your limbs. Yeah, I drank this poison and my dick fell off. Here's some fires. Almost said bath salts, but I mean, yeah, also accurate.
That's a good deal.
So most of those scrolls I will keep. A good. That's all I'll say on that matter.
A fine.
All right, that's all I wanted to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
So as far as other places to check out, there's probably a castle, if I had to guess. This impressive statue. And a birdie. Wonder if there's any sewers I can plunder in this town like there are in every other like big cities we've been to so far, where there are dungeons and such to explore. And like a good sewer plunderage. Yeah, just a good, just one. Nerasteril. Yeah, some of these are just gonna be residences, although they're very large looking buildings, so it must be doing quite alright. Lazer Milvan.
Greetings, Dunmer. You have obviously made a mistake. Sir Lazara Milvan would never speak with someone of your low birth.
Well, damn.
You are obviously of low birth. Unless you dispute my judgment, and you would press your suit at the end of a sword.
Excuse me?
I'm afraid I cannot. Leave me, and I will spare you.
What a nice guy. Should I press my luck?
You are talking again. You will stop.
What a nice lad. Now, I wonder, like, is he going to, like, kick my ass out if I like, just poke around here? This dude is clearly well off, but he's also a huge prick, and maybe he's been drinking a little bit. That's why he's so mean.
I'm listening. Please, go
I'm
ahead.
listening. Please go ahead. Then we try to talk to him.
You are talking again.
I'm listening. Please, speak. And then I speak and he goes, stop talking. Make up your mind, homie. And then he's like, I am no homie. Not of yours. Is there anybody else here? Is he like all alone? Maybe that's why he's so sad. Ooh, can I bust into his shit? Oh. I'm going to perhaps make some mistakes here. I got a cool castle up here. Excellent. Alright, I have a spell for this. Oops, my finger slipped. I want to see if this guy's got some dirt. Got a lot of swords. And some money that I'm accidentally stealing. Some Cyrodiilic brandy. He's got that good booze. Like his bed's just in the middle of the room, by the way. Not like near anything. Ooh, we got a jewelry box? Yeah. I knew he was holding out on me. Oh, that's lame. I can't even... I mean, I could steal it, but it would do me no good. Because I would be unable to sell it anywhere. I would love to break into his basement, but it's probably not happening. And now it's suddenly raining. An alchemist. Ooh, I like those. You know, I'm something of an alchemist myself. And a fellow Dunmer.
Me? I'm Falanu. House Lalu. As if that matters here.
Hey, I know what that means. I'm a Morrowind man myself.
Good luck with your field work for Sindarian.
Excuse me.
I love walking by Salmo's place. The smell of her bread baking is amazing. I'm the only alchemist in Skingrad. Not much business here, but I can't go back to Morrowind. It's just like anywhere else in the Empire. By the way, do you happen to know what the fine is here in Cyrodiil for necrophilia? Just asking.
Oh. This is a lot to unpack. That was not expected. I thought I was ready for anything, and then they hit me with that. How do you respond to somebody asking that question? Are you incredulous? Are you like taken aback? Are you honest? Well, are you like matter of fact about it, or are you inquisitive? What would be the most interesting reaction, or would get the most intel out of this? Because I'm afraid, but curious to know where this is going. This one almost would be like accusatory, so I'm kind of leaning towards the first one.
Oh nothing. I was just wondering. I'm the only alchemist in... By the way, do you happen to know what the
Okay, so we can
fine
get
is
it
here in
again.
Cyrodiil for necrophilia?
Quirky, good to see you. You're just in
asking.
time to talk about necrophilia, apparently.
Let's assume... no. That's nothing compared to Morrowind, thanks.
She is... like, the smile on her face is concerning.
I'm the only alchemist... By the way, do you happen to know what the fine is here in Cyrodiil for necrophilia? Thanks anyway.
Okay, so we've tried all three options.
Only quality goods
Huh.
for sale here.
Yeah,
What can I interest you in?
I thought I was ready for anything, and I was not ready for that. 12:55 a.m. on a Thursday night, well, Friday morning, technically. And we're getting inquiries about necrophilia law, imperial law about necrophilia. By an alchemist who lives here. I mean, she's from Morrowind, and we're a Dunmer, so, you know, we a fellow Dunmer, rather, so... Morrowind is our homeland. Now, I guess it begs the question, what are the laws against necrophilia in Morrowind? I'm assuming they're similar to necromancy, which is to say, big no-no, except for some small list of exceptions. Oh, yeah, I think I've answered my own question, actually. This conversation, yeah, this is probably like a pretty, a pretty memorable part for a lot of folks who've played this game. Who, like, yeah, stumble upon this kind of conversation topic with this person. That's a good reminder for why it's important and or entertaining to talk to everyone and explore as many conversation topics as possible. Because you never know what kind of weird shit you're gonna get into. Hold on, I need her that creepy face, that creepy smile again.
Let's assume... no.
No.
That's nothing compared to Morrowind, thanks.
So it's much higher in Morrowind, and she's so happy. I just wasn't ready. I just was not ready for that. Nothing could mentally and spiritually prepare you for that. Get home from graduation. Oh, work for 16 hours. Oh no, I'm sorry, Quirky. That sounds exhausting. We're glad to have you stop in, but I bet you are mentally and physically exhausted. That's a lot.
Goodbye.
She is so happy that we've revealed to her that the cost for necrophilia, the penalty for necrophilia here is nothing compared to how it is back at home. She got that frost salts, that good shit. Yeah, asking for a friend, clearly. I'm afraid to know what's going to be in her upstairs bedroom area. Alchemy skill went up, like I needed help in that matter. And smartly so, she is not trusting us and wishes to follow us wherever we may go. Yeah, what am I about to find? Oh, this barrel. This barrel's got something. How do you lock a barrel? You know what? Just not gonna worry about it. I mean, I am worried, but same thing here. Yeah, kind of sus. NGL. Now wait, is she gonna open the door to follow me in? Yep. This is ridiculous. That one's locked. That one's locked. Needs a key to get into those barrels. I'm afraid. I'm intrigued and entertained, but a little bit afraid of what's going on down there. By the way, the apples are not 2 pounds. They are 0.02 pounds. The value of 1, apparently. Which is pretty standard, I would say. The kind of smile of an eldritch being that's pretending to be human. Yeah. The kind of smile that says my skin suit is a little bit itchy today. Same energy. But that being said, she's a fellow Dunmer. I can't help but... And she's from Morrowind, so I can't help but like her, even if I'm a little bit intimidated by her. I fear that there's more beneath the surface here. Last day of school, field day, oh gosh. So, and then graduation afterwards. So yeah, so it's like you were pulling triple duty tonight, Quirky. Good lord. Hammer and thongs. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, we got a TED Talk. All right, how's about this? It is quite late. Let's see what Agnet the Pickled? You don't look very pickled to me. You look very unbrinied.
Not so loud, please. What a headache I've got. I'm Agnet the Smith. The Pickled, they call me. Sure wish I was pickled right now.
Now, what does it mean for a person? Is that like a colloquialism where you would say, dude, I'm pickled, man. I gotta get to bed. Like that means you're tired, or you're sick, or you're sick. Or would it be like, oh yeah, I gave her the pickle and she didn't call me back the next day? Like, I don't know what it means. Or maybe she's salty, yeah. She says, I wish I was pickled right now. Boy, howdy, I wish some handsome gentleman would pickle me down right now. Okay, she probably doesn't say it that way, but regardless.
Well, the local wine is great. It isn't cheap. But I don't bother with beer or ale anymore. And for a Nord, that's saying something. If I
think all my stuff's already repaired, so I'm good there.
Interest you in some of my
fine iron. Fine ass iron. Fine ass iron. Helm of Whoa, that helm is busy. It's heavy armor though. Yeah, it's a shame. Drain intelligence. Okay, so this is good if you're a dumbass melee person with no ambitions for magic or speechcraft. Ferocity, but at a cost. Expensive ferocity. But it's cool that, yeah, there's such thing as fine iron and fine steel. Fine ass steel. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap up pretty soon here, but before we do, we will do the TED Talk. That leads outside. That leads outside. So I think what we'll do. This fucking lady. Goddamn. We'll kind of position ourselves in front of the next thing to explore. Although I think people are going to sleepies. Yes. I think what we'll do is we will wait for. We're going to stand out in the rain. I'm just going to T-pose out in the rain for 13 hours. Maybe being super drunk. That actually makes more sense, Puzzle Well. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, I wish I was pickled right now. Wish I was drunk AF.
We can't talk here. Too public. Meet me behind the
Where'd you come from?
chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you. I'll make it worth your while.
You interrupted me while I was T-posing with my, like, eyes, like, yeah, I guess that's what happens. When you're waiting for 13 hours, you're T-posing in the middle of the night when it's raining. Your eyes are, like, rolled up inside of your head. And I'm, like, muttering to myself. I'm, like, saying the alphabet backwards or something. Something very normal. But this motherfucker interrupted me while I was doing my routine. My overnight routine. Now it's 9:15. So, we'll follow up on that next time. We finally got to meet this lad. Actually, hold on. Do you have anything else to say?
Fool. You'll ruin everything. We can't be seen talking together.
No. I don't know the way to the Imperial City. You'll have to ask someone else.
He's also injured. You see that? He's lost some health. And the little arch above his, that little indicator there. So, something for us to follow up on next time. He says, I think after midnight behind the chapel. So that'll be for next time.